Oh, yeah, we are here. It is Tuesday. It is Patrick and the people, and we got a full house today. I'm very, very excited about it. Of course, Rich Rockwell is here
Yes, sir. Good morning.
from the intermission.
From the intermission,
That's
yeah,
right.
we had our debut episode on Sunday, man.
Yeah, nice show, dude.
It was so cool, man. I saw the video just blowing up, and a lot of people were interacting. It looked pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of fun, and honestly, it wasn't as much of a suckfest as I thought it was going to be. I mean, we
That's good.
derailed a few times and
Man,
had some few things for the first show, but all in all, pretty good.
No, if you don't have some fails, you're not doing it right.
I
Those
couldn't.
kinks out.
I couldn't figure out there were some words that were said that I
Yeah.
probably needed to.
Where you
bleep
wanted to
and-
go like that.
Yeah, and I was hitting the button and nothing was going on, and I
Right.
was like, Patrick, help! Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get you. On my right here, it's Bundy. Everybody knows
What's up?
Bundy.
What's up, dude?
And
Good
then
morning.
to my right, we hadn't seen him in a minute. What's going on? It's the Bigfoot hunter.
Yeah,
I thought
man,
he
where
might
you
have gotten
been?
What's going on, Matt? How you doing, buddy?
Man, I've been fighting sinuses and the damn cold that was going around.
Man,
yeah,
everybody's been getting
Yeah,
that.
for
thing.
sure.
Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot lately.
yeah, I'm still trying to fight through it. So.
Yeah, well, here you are.
Yeah, I'm
Welcome,
back.
man. What's been going on in the Bigfoot world, man?
A lot, actually, especially here in Arkansas. We just finished up a town hall meeting up in Ozark.
Did you?
Yeah, met some really interesting people up there.
I bet you did.
Yeah, we got some great expeditions going on. The Arkansas Bigfoot Cartel just did one this past weekend.
Okay.
So it wasn't a public one. They went to private, got some really good sounds.
What'd you say you went to? What kind of meeting now?
A town hall meeting.
A town hall meeting. So is this the kind you see on like TV where everybody just goes up and they get a few minutes to talk? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
I got
so
you.
how many did you go up and talk? Did lots of people
Yeah.
go up and talk?
Yeah, so there was, I was a speaker. Todd Neese was a speaker.
Okay.
And then Wendell from the Arkansas Bigfoot Cartel was there.
Okay.
And we did a meet and greet with the folks, people sharing their encounters that they're having in the area.
Yeah.
So,
Were you asking the town to do anything
no,
to, create some kind of Bigfoot day or nothing?
Coalition.
Nothing special.
Yeah.
nothing special at all.
Maybe
Just-
fun, some hunting.
no, we all do it all internally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just bringing awareness.
So-
Yeah,
so-
you're not going to make it rich unless you get on the Discovery Channel doing this.
Have there been any new sightings recently?
Not publicly.
No, not publicly.
Not publicly.
Okay.
So, but no, yeah, we got some new sightings up there in Ozark.
All right. Rich, I meant to ask you, I noticed yesterday on Facebook that on the intermission, you had some clown over there that
Oh, dude, talking shit.
was talking smack. What was going on there, man?
I mean, apparently I got a hater or two out there. So.
You're doing something right.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, basically, he's a guy, and I've known him for a while, and I mean, we've not talked in great detail or anything,
Yeah.
but anyways, he linked up with a wrestler that goes by or a manager, Mr. 99% Bad Brad, and Double
Yeah.
J up at Wrestling with Pride,
Yeah.
and so. I'm not a fan of Double J or Mr. 99%. They're not real nice guys. Anyways,
Yeah.
apparently they've gotten 50% ownership of Wrestling with Pride and decided to bring this joker in as a commentator.
I
for 'em.
see.
And so they kind of bumped me out of my commentary seat. Now I'm just focusing on the in-ring announcing duties. And this dude apparently thinks he's God's gift to commentary and decided to come after me.
I read his post and my IQ dropped while I read it.
Yeah.
He seems like the kind of guy, if you moved his dish 5 inches, he'd starve to death.
Yeah. I told him, I was like, man, one, he tried to call me out in a post. He didn't even tag me.
Right.
He typed my name, but I just happened to be scrolling through Facebook and see it.
Tell him
And then, before that, he had tried to do a live video from another wrestling event that he had gone to
Yeah.
in his car. It was dark. He couldn't see his face.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, figure out how to do what you're trying to do before you come after me telling me to do what I do.
Just from his internet presence, it looks like he's 90 years old. I don't know who the guy is, but
That's funny. You just got to tell him, man, I don't have time to argue. I got to go change your mom's water bowl.
Man, yeah, for real. For real.
getting low.
Yeah, man. Well, you got to, man. That's what you got to do. You got to shut it down real fast and hard.
No, it's, I told him, I said, man, I respect the mentality. I get it. And he's talking about, he was like, oh, man, we need to have a match, me and you, and let's make it a strap-on
Lord.
match or something. I was like,
what?
what kind of gay prison stuff are you coming up with, man? Like,
No, yeah, I'm not playing that.
I get the yard mentality and try and come after the big dog on the scene, but bro. Like,
Tasha said you did a great job. She watched some of it. She said it was awesome.
well, thank you, Tasha. I saw little doggy said that he watched some of it too. So
Yeah,
seriously, thank y'all for the support. That
No,
really means
it's
a lot.
great.
Like,
Today, I've got several songs that I can drop. I don't know how many of them I'll play today, but I got some new bangers for you. So
Hell
I'm
yeah.
Hey.
excited about that. Yeah.
speaking about that music
Yeah.
and everything, some huge news. So this Sunday, myself, a few wrestlers from Vapors,
Oh, yeah.
we're setting up the ring and we're recording a music video for John Bailey and the Heathen Revival for
Yeah.
the song Tattoos.
That's right. Man, I'm so happy about that. You know, I've been friends with them for a little bit, and I love that song, number one. But
It is a great song,
he-
man.
he-
It's been
no, it's a
dude,
it's
it's
a
a
damn
jam.
jam, man. No, for real. And when he reached out to me, I was like, man, I'm certain that we can pull that off. And so I'm so glad that we're able to do that.
Man, I am too, and thanks for the hookup, bro.
Oh,
for
yeah,
real, because
no.
it was I didn't even know. He just
Right.
I'm sitting at home and my phone rings and you know,
Yeah, I told him to
hey,
give
it's
you a
John Bailey, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
What?
all right.
What did I do to earn this call? Yeah.
Brandon wants me to let you know that we are lagging and we may need to restart the stream.
We're lagging and may need to restart the stream.
That's what he
Is that right?
That's yeah.
Yeah, I can tell here on
Okay,
Facebook.
well, restart the stream then.
All right.
I guess we'll reboot and just come right back. I mean, is that what we need to do?
I'm not sure. I'm waiting.
Take a
Okay.
commercial break.
Yeah.
Well, here, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back, I guess. I'm sure, maybe. All right, we are back. I believe we're back.
Are we gonna try this again? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're back. I think everything's all right now. So let's see, where were we? What were we talking about? We were talking about your haters.
Oh yeah. Good old Aaron, whatever his
Yeah.
name is. Watch Samuski or something.
Whatever it is.
Very
Yeah.
forgettable.
Yeah,
name.
Yeah, very forgettable. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. That doesn't matter. All right, let's get to some news you can use, and as always, guys, feel free to just chime in as we go. Let me know what your thoughts are. So, a federal judge in New York blocking efforts from the Trump administration to deport Columbia student Mahmoud Khalil. ICE agents took him into custody Saturday night, saying his student visa was revoked. His lawyer said he has a green card and is a legal resident. He's been involved in anti-Israel protest at Columbia University, and apparently representing Hamas. And so they said, no, we're going to deport you. And the court said, wait a minute. So we'll see what happens there. Let's see what else is going on here. A Memphis man is claiming he was shot by his dog.
What?
That's right.
Give me that bacon treat.
He's got opposable thumbs now. Police said they were called to a home early yesterday morning to find the victim suffering a graze wound. He told officers the weapon went off when his dog's paw got stuck in the trigger after it jumped on his bed. Yeah, that's where the gun was. The man and his girlfriend were sleeping when their dog Oreo decided to join them. he was taken to the hospital to be treated for an injury. The couple said their guns will have the safety on from now on. Well,
Oh, you think?
you think maybe that's good. Maybe you shouldn't keep it in the bed.
Right.
Maybe on the desk beside it or the nightstand in a drawer. You know,
I just like the thought that the guy's hard enough to sleep with a gun, but not too hard not to sleep with a dog.
Right.
right.
Named Oreo.
And I'm not even sure that the dog did it. If he just blamed the dog, he may have rolled over in the middle of the night and shot himself. Yeah. A French official is saying more than 30 nations, excluding us, will meet in Paris to discuss creating an international security force for Ukraine. Asian and Oceania nations will take part, Britain and France taking the lead. The possible coalition will be part of an effort to safeguard Ukraine in the event of a ceasefire. The official said the plan could involve heavy weaponry and weapon stockpiles. Why? Why would you want to do that? Why do you need to do? I mean, trying to end this thing, not ramp it up. Maybe I'm stupid. I don't know.
There's no money if it ends.
Is that what it is?
There's no money if it ends, yeah.
You know, the fact of the matter is war pays.
It does.
You know,
it's a business,
and
just
there's
like
a
anything
lot of
else.
money that's been made off of it from a lot of different people.
Exactly.
And, you know what I heard their suggestion was, let's ride another year and see if Russia will fatigue of it. Yeah, that's not a good plan.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
No, I don't think they fatigue of it. Let's see. All right.
They practice for war in Russia. Like,
Yeah.
every day. That's what
Probably. A 4-year-old Wisconsin boy turned his mom into the police for stealing his ice cream. Village of Mount Pleasant PD shared that a boy called 911 after his mom ate his ice cream. Said, "My mommy's being bad. Come get my mommy." The mother got on the phone after the boy demanded she was taken to jail and said, "I ate his ice cream, so that's probably why he's calling 911." Listen, let me tell you what you do here. That little bastard needs a whooping.
Right?
A real bad one. You gonna snitch on mama? Let me show you something, boy. Don't you ever snitch on mama. Snitch on a lot of people, but not mama. You gotta take an ass whooping for that.
Here, my kid was just driving on the way in today, and he's like, we had this truck blow by us, and from the back seat I hear, "What a freaking idiot!" And I was like,
I wonder where you
"You're
get
right,
that from.
son, but yeah.
Where'd you get that
I
from?
have no idea, man. I don't road
Somebody's
rage. ever.
raging.
Never.
Another stressful day on Wall Street. Stocks took a beating this week. The Dow Jones closed about 890 points lower than opening yesterday. S&P fell about 187, the worst day of the year. NASDAQ dropped 728. It says that some of it has to do with concerns for a recession or the tariff information. I don't put a lot into stocks going up or down on any one given day. It's a long run thing, and
there are some short term day trading stuff you can do, but if you're playing it for the most part, it's a long run.
Have any of you ever done any day trading at all?
Nope. No.
No, it's always been something that I've just been kind of like I've thought about. Man, I'd love to watch some videos and stuff
Isn't
on it.
that
and
what
see if it's
crypto
good.
kind of is?
I did a lot like during 2020, during the pandemic when it was all kind of lucrative. There's so much stuff that just dropped real small and it would go up. If something goes up $5 a day, and you've got 20, 30, 100 shares of it, it can.
Would you say it's not as lucrative anymore then as it was back then?
I definitely haven't had as much luck, but I'm very ignorant to it. For COVID, it was easy because I kind of got caught up in the whole AMC thing because unknowingly, I had no idea that whole Reddit movement was going. I just knew, wow, those stocks are really low and movies are never going away. They're down right now because no one's going to the movie theater, but they're sure to bounce back. And I think I bought 100 shares at a little like $1.50.
Yeah.
And when that whole GameStop, AMC, I think I sold them at like $35 a share.
Wow,
Really?
all right.
That's not bad.
Yeah, man.
Carnival Cruise was another one I did really good on because their stock plummeted around COVID. And,
that's
shot back up about 2022.
That's always the time when something really shitty happens to a company. If they're a good
100%.
company, buy that low stock because
Man,
it will go back up.
What do we have going on here?
What are you talking
Oh
about?
no! Now Latasha says that something's up with YouTube. It just kicked her off and it won't reload. Mitchell says we all sound like we're talking inside a banjo.
Really?
So I don't know what's going on, man.
All right,
just
let's
passing along the comments.
Let's do this then. Huh, that's weird as hell. Is it still that way?
Is it still? Yeah.
I'm getting this on YouTube right now.
Hold on.
I was gonna say. I mean, I've got it pulled up because I got my
check
system.
Hold on 1 second. Check the audio real quick. Give us 1 second. Hold on, we're checking it out. Okay, we're back.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Maybe reboot. I'm not sure. All right, let's move forward. Apparently, Twitter had some problems yesterday. Musk said it was due to a massive cyber attack. I can't imagine that.
No,
Who's mad at that guy, huh?
Brandon now just messaged said it's still lagging. I don't know what's going on, man. It's whatever. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the solution
We'll
is.
just keep
Brandon.
rolling.
Yeah,
Do you want to? I mean, let's keep rolling for now. If it becomes too much of a problem, they'll let us know.
Right.
And I guess we'll reboot the entire thing.
They say Facebook sounds fine. So
Okay, well, there you go. Social media site X had the big outage. Thousands of people reported problems. A lot of people couldn't post or load pages. Trouble started early in the morning, lasted for hours. He said it was a massive cyber attack. He said, look, I don't know if it's a country or if it's a group of people, but we'll find out who it is. The U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear a case from 19 Republican-led states that sought to drop or stop climate change lawsuits filed by Democrat-led states against major oil and gas companies. Lawsuits claim fossil companies misled the public about environmental dangers, leading to severe weather events like storms and wildfires. Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it. You show me any proof where it led to a storm or a wildfire, and I'll kiss your ass. I mean, I don't mean to say, but that's ridiculous.
well,
man.
see what happened was somebody was talking to whoever's in control of the weather button
Yeah,
about
no,
fossil
man.
fuels, and they got mad and slammed it, and then a hurricane.
Yeah, I don't.
I will say I'm more for that. Like, yeah, talk to the corporations about their fossil fuels. Don't get mad at me because I got 5 cows or I make a 20-mile commute every day. Like, don't
Right.
try to make it my fault.
Right.
Like, you know.
Well, it's like everybody, I understand some people are mad at Elon, but you went around and, lighting dealerships and Teslas on fire. You're not hurting Elon Musk.
No.
You're hurting the community. You're hurting your own people who own these things. And, look, I mean, let's just say that you bought the Tesla when Elon was the most popular.
I was about to say.
And then, somehow the world turned against him 2 years later. Well, you still got a Tesla. What are you
Right.
supposed to do? Get rid of it? What if you can't afford to? What if your house is broke? So then somebody comes along like an asshole, throws a Molotov cocktail on it, and what you got?
And it's funny the twist it's kind of taken because a year ago I feel like, the more conservative person didn't like the Tesla.
Right.
Right.
They're like,
Right.
"Oh, I like my big diesel truck, and now
Yeah.
and the left was on Elon's
Oh,
side.
no,
and now it's completely switched.
Well,
Like,
look, Elon was a darling of
Yeah.
that movement forever. I mean, look, he's the one that, to be honest with you, really put electric cars in the forefront.
oh yeah, I mean, if he hadn't,
I mean, who
doing
else
that.
was doing it? Nobody
Yeah,
else
nobody.
was.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, no, but as soon as he, aligned with 47, that's what happened, right? Let's see. Investigators, we seem to have an answer on how the brush fires started on Long Island. Some residents of Manorville tried to make s'mores Saturday, struggled to light the fire. They used cardboard, which accidentally ignited their backyard. That fire was extinguished, but embers carried by the wind sparked additional fires south, and those expanded eastward into Long Island's Pine Barrens.
Jesus.
They needed your flamethrower, Bundy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I saw that video, man. That thing is pretty sweet.
Oh, you did a flamethrower video?
So it's a little attachment I bought for a propane bottle off Amazon, like $20.
Really?
And yeah, my yard's like a pain in the ass to keep tidy.
So you burned it out?
So I burn it up. Yeah.
So this turns your
It just goes onto any regular propane bottle, like for a
turns it
grill.
into a flamethrower?
Yeah, it's just got a little handle on it and a little torch on the
Yeah,
end,
dude.
and it's sweet. Yeah,
Just going
I need to
around
bring
each-
it up here. It's sweet.
That's dope, man. We need to light stuff on fire.
I forgot I had you on Snapchat, Rich. I forgot. I saw that.
Yeah, we definitely need to light some shit on fire with that. Utah is set to become the first state to ban fluoride in public drinking water. The governor said he'll sign a bill that stops cities and communities from adding that. The decision goes against the advice of many health experts who say fluoride helps prevent tooth decay. They say removing it could lead to more cavities, especially for people who can't afford dental care. I'm trying to remember when fluoride started to be added into the water, but I remember when everybody started going to bottled water, they were worried that you weren't going to get enough fluoride.
Right.
But, sometimes it's not the fluoride in your water. I mean, like where I live in Benton, but if I pour tap water, I can smell bleach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. I don't want to drink that.
Right.
I don't care if it's got fluoride or anything else. It's got bleach in it or something.
Right.
And that doesn't seem like a good idea. I don't know.
No,
Maybe
I'm all
crazy.
for that whole movement.
Yeah, I'm the same thing. Get rid of the fluoride.
Yeah, I'm about it. Let me get my own fluoride. I got toothpaste. I mean, if I brush my teeth, I shouldn't have a problem, right?
Yeah, and I mean they have like studies where these are Harvard University studies or accredited studies that say the higher the fluoride levels in a community, the lower the IQ levels. And it's like an inarguable.
Really?
It's not a conspircy. Those are like
God, that explains so much for me.
Thanks for stealing what I was going to
Wow,
say.
I didn't
Same
know.
thought.
Right. And all in the name of saving our teeth.
That's why I
It's
was on
just
that.
such a weird thing for the government to fixate on. Like, no, you got to have good teeth. You got to have good
there's
teeth.
something more there. isn't there?
For sure.
It seems weird.
I'll drink tap water.
No, I did as a kid.
I mean, I do it today. I just gotta
drink
go.
hose water, but
I do it today as well.
if I have to, I will. Last week, Marie Kieran, a 42-year-old martial arts expert, stopped a robbery at a convenience store in England by confronting the armed suspect. She was just shopping for some snacks for her nieces, saw a guy enter the store, looked suspicious. He threatened the cashier. She quickly grabbed the man's arm, delivered a kick, chased him towards the door, landing another kick before he exited. Following her act, she got a commendation award from West Mercia Police Chief Superintendent Ed Williams, who praised her bravery and quick thinking.
Wow.
She said, look, she's been training for 20 years.
Been waiting.
She was waiting for this fool, She's like, this is my Steven Seagal movie.
I was going to say, we finally found somebody that Chuck Norris might be afraid of.
Maybe.
And I support that. I really do. I honestly support that. When I first got out of the military, I'll never forget, I got a job at a bank. And they were like, if someone comes to rob the bank, whatever you do, just give them what they want.
Right.
Cower down. I was like, no.
It doesn't feel right.
If we fight back, they're going to stop.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Or you could get shot.
Well, then now what? Their charges go up?
But you go down.
That's all right. They're going to be in prison for a lot longer.
No, I hear you.
You get promoted to permanent vacation.
No, I'm definitely. If I were at a convenience store and saw that, and I thought I could overtake the person, I would definitely do it. I don't know if I get somebody who wouldn't, but I would.
Yeah.
Just break out the tea trick. Y'all remember that video last year?
The what?
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, y'all talking about just walking outside the head with the tea.
Oh yeah. That hurts, man.
Yeah, that dude got smoked.
No, that'll do you. A good can of green beans will take you right down.
I'm all for that. If I see you slip something in your pocket and walk out the store, I'm probably not going to say anything.
No, I'm not.
Right.
Once you bring a firearm out and you're threatening somebody else, then there's a line.
Yeah. Last Tuesday, a 4-year-old boy from Mount Pleasant. Oh, no, wait, we got this one already, so let me move past that one. Hey, this is a good one, though. A Texas community surprised 13-year-old Kason Snyder, paralyzed since age 5 from a car accident, with a new off-road wheelchair to help him enjoy outdoor activities like hunting and hiking with his family. Local foundations contributed funds and additional gifts, including hunting trips and equipment. His family expressed a lot of gratitude, sharing how the wheelchair would significantly improve his experiences and quality of life. That's great.
That is great, as long as he doesn't fall over.
Yeah, no, as long as he doesn't tumble.
I mean, they said hiking and off-road, and I'm just thinking, like, what are they going to do when that wheelchair, hits a rock and
he's
tumbles
already
over?
paralyzed.
I mean,
he can't be more paralyzed. I mean, is that wrong? I don't know. Listen, man, this is one of those moments where things have changed. All right, so that's the only reason I brought this is just to make the point that things change.
times are a-changing.
the first 7 seasons of the reality series The Apprentice will now begin streaming on Prime Video. That's right. All 7 seasons of Donald Trump in The Apprentice will air. It will drop 1 week, 1 per week on Mondays through April 27th. The president said, "I look forward to watching this show myself." Probably. He probably watches it and he's like, "That guy, that's the biggest star I've ever seen. What a star! He's the biggest, the best star ever." Yeah, no.
That was a good impersonation.
That was pretty good. It was pretty
almost there.
good. I just imagine he watches that on repeat.
Oh, yeah.
That's all he's got playing.
Watch me fire.
The only one I ever remember from The Apprentice was that Omarosa chick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I
She's a piece of work.
Yeah.
I'm 33. That's the first, I'd seen him in a couple of movies, but that's like the first memory I have of seeing Donald Trump.
Yeah.
My family watched The Apprentice growing up. And
I remember
being a
seeing him in
huge
pop
deal.
culture and in news interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wrestling,
Yeah,
wrestling
yeah,
too.
I mean,
I saw him in the WWE.
he was
Oh yeah.
He was a pop culture figure, but I didn't necessarily have a take on him.
Right.
The Apprentice gave me more of a take, and I did like the show. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was cool.
I mean, it's the same guy.
Right.
Basically, he's doing a lot of that right now. You're fired.
You're fired.
Yeah.
Right?
A lot of it.
Except then, whenever he went on The View, they were all giving him hugs.
That's right. That's
Right.
the difference. Yeah, no, they loved him
Our
then.
good friend Donald Trump.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, listen, before all this, he was loved. Something happened and he became the worst person in the world. People in China are buying small bags of soil that were collected supposedly from the premises of major banks, including from potted plants in the building. Why? They think these bank soils can attract wealth and dispel negative energy. Vendors are selling these bags for up to $120, some claiming a 99.999% success rate in wealth generation. Yeah. Go ahead and buy you a bag of dirt and see if that makes you money.
Right.
I've got some of those for sale, so y'all just hit me up.
Yeah, we've got some prime Saline County red clay. I'd like to sell you that's much more wealth generating. Certainly, if nothing else, you might find meth in it. In the Santa Susana Pass area near the 118 freeway, 2 people picking up trash found something they weren't expecting. At the bottom of the steep hill, a couple found a dumping ground filled with stolen safes and ATM machines.
Oh.
Yeah, they'd been broken into and emptied before being thrown down the hill. The guys said they were literally hacksawed open, most of them.
Wow.
A lot of paperwork scattered around. Gave them contact information on the owner of one of the safes, but they found passports, birth certificates, a wedding album, a full living trust.
Oh my goodness!
Wasn't left behind was the $5,000 the victims had stored in the safe. The Los Angeles police are investigating, so maybe they'll find some, I don't know, fingerprints.
Y'all ever walk up or find anything cool like that?
No.
No, the closest, not so far from anything like that. The closest I ever came was when I was probably 14. Me and my buddy were walking in his neighborhood, and someone must have dropped a roll of quarters.
Yeah.
So we found $9.75 in quarters, and we went immediately to the arcade and gave it right back. Yeah, but it was a good day. I mean, it was a good day.
So me and my buddy Raphon, we found a safe in Saltillo, like way out in the country one time where we lived. And we were walking from our buddy's house back to our house, and it was in the ditch. And, of course, somebody stole it and ditched it,
Right.
Well, we pick it up. We're like, we're going to walk the rest of the way home with it and crack
why
this thing
wouldn't you?
open. Cop comes down the road.
Oh, no.
no.
Cop comes
Oh,
down the road.
no.
He said, what do you boys got there? I mean, thankfully thankfully nothing came over. Like, look, dude, we just found it. We were actually going to call you guys. And
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's right. No, we were on our way to you.
Yeah, but I just remember feeling no guilt
Did he
at
take
all.
the
Like
safe?
that. And he ended up taking it. And,
What a dick.
I'm sure him and his
No,
buddy
I'm kidding.
split whatever was in it.
You think so, maybe?
Yeah,
It got added to
I'm
the
sure.
evidence pile.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But just going from not having any guilt about what you're doing to like, oh shit,
Oh,
like,
no.
I'm sitting here
Yeah,
with
oh,
this
no.
safe. Like,
That's hilarious. Let's see. British people are known for keeping stiff upper lip, but there are limits. The top secret comedy club in London's Covent Garden has implemented a ban on attendees who've undergone Botox. The club put a ban into place because of comedians' concerns about performing to audiences with limited facial expressions. This sounds like a stunt. Owner Mark Rothman stated the club's comedians are frustrated performing to reactionless faces, making it a challenge. To address this, they introduced expression tests at the entrance alongside ID checks to ensure the guests can display a range of facial reactions. What's going on there? I don't know where that jumped out at. Okay. I don't know. Colorado man. Hold on one second here. I don't know. What is that? Okay, there we go. Colorado man, if there's something's working, why stop? Ross Wisner of Aurora, Colorado, arrested for robbing the same Shell gas station 5 times. The robberies took place over 2 months. The most recent, February 23rd. He was arrested on 2 felony charges, but we'll find out how many other charges he's facing when he goes to court today. Probably won't help that he conducted the first robbery 2 months before his previous charges were dropped for aggravated robbery. Wow. This guy's got a little bit of a problem, I think.
Yeah.
Dr. Giovanni Balla, a 59-year-old internist from Florida, just entered a pretrial intervention agreement after he admitted to vandalizing a rival medical practice with pee. Yeah, that's right. The incident occurred after a business dispute with Dr. Dylan Dinesh, who had bought his practice back in 2022. Surveillance footage captured Balla dousing Dinesh's St. Petersburg office doors with a foul-smelling liquid on a couple of occasions, causing significant damage. As part of the agreement, Balla will pay $7,700 in restitution, 20 hours of community service, has to undergo psychological evaluation, and write letters of apology to the victims. And yes, his medical license is pending review. Yeah, I probably don't want a doctor who is dumping pee on the door of another doctor. Probably not the one I want.
No.
All right.
Aaron, do not come pee on my house.
No, let's get into a little sports here. The Major League regular season begins in 1 week when the Dodgers face the Cubs in Tokyo. As opening day nears, here are the odds for which teams will win the October Classic. Top 5, Dodgers, Braves, Yankees, Phillies and Mets, and the Astros. Round that out. All right. Yeah, woo. In his day, Mo Vaughn was an intimidating presence at the plate. Decades since his retirement in 1991, he's decided to open up about his use of HGH to prolong his career. In no small part because of his renewed love for baseball, he said he was doing everything he could to stay on the field, including shooting HGH into his degenerative knee to help the process of healing. Being named in the famed Mitchell report, not something he thinks stained his legacy or love for the game. He said his bitterness came from knowing how much more he could have accomplished if it weren't for injuries in his career. I'm all for it, man.
Yeah.
More steroids.
Right.
Yes.
100%. And it enhances the game.
Oh, no. I mean, it was never more fun than when they were all roided out. And just smashing balls out of the ball.
Home runs.
The home run fight.
Right.
Yeah, I think they should be required to do the steroids on television at the start of the game.
And really, I don't understand.
Right after the national anthem.
I don't understand
Yes.
the morality argument against them.
I don't really, I guess because it gives you an advantage. But if, you don't have to take it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I'll tell you what it doesn't do. It doesn't make your hand-eye coordination better.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well,
I
drinking water all day is an advantage over somebody who drinks Coke all day.
Yeah,
like how far do you take it? Like
The biggest thing with steroids is just the strength factor. I mean, otherwise, there's not really, what I mean?
Right.
It's not like they're roid raging out there on the field,
exactly.
Stabbing each other. Although that would be exciting. I would actually watch a baseball game.
I'd watch a lot more baseball.
Yeah, if somebody got stabbed, I would definitely watch baseball. Steph Curry has a side gig. In addition to being a superstar with Golden State, he's been named assistant GM with the Davidson's men's basketball program. He's been charged with helping to create an 8-figure fund to support men's and women's team at his alma mater. So, in other words, they brought him in to be a fundraiser. Mm-hmm. Did you see the video of the high school track runner that got smacked on the head with a baton?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, man. This is a kind of a big thing going on right now. A lot of people talking about it. But high school track runner, it's Kaylin Tucker, suffered a concussion and maybe a skull fracture. She was hit on the head with a baton by a competing runner during a relay. She was representing Brookville High School in Virginia. She was running the second leg of the 4x200 relay. As she was entering turn 4, she sped up and passed her competitor, who didn't seem to take it too well, and nailed her right on the head with the baton.
That's what I was gonna hit, like on purpose.
Wow. Yeah, she got medical attention. Now the girl says it was an accident, but if you look at it, it doesn't look much like an accident. It looks like she just whacked the hell out of her.
I was gonna say, how do you accidentally smoke somebody in the
Well, I mean, your arms are, moving. I get that. But go watch the video, and you make your own decision. And then finally, with Justin Fields agreeing to terms with the Jets and Sam Darnold poised to sign with the Seahawks. The Steelers, hey, that's your team, right?
Yeah, that's my team.
Well, they don't have a lot of options, but guess who they started talking to several days ago? That'd be Aaron Rodgers.
I know. It's like grumpy old man going to be my quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, between Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, we lost Najee. We lost Najee Harris too.
You don't think Aaron can do it?
Dude,
No.
I think y'all are lucky to get Aaron. Look at Aaron's stats.
His numbers were really good.
Yeah, Brandon Allen got league MVP, and Rodgers' stats were right there next to him.
Yeah, no, I mean, he didn't look as good early in the year, but I think he's still
that's the
reliable.
thing. Overall, he didn't really look good in games. But if you look at the stats, like
The numbers.
yeah, you look at the numbers.
I don't want to look at numbers. I want to look at wins.
Well,
Playoff wins. I'm starting to feel like a Cowboys fan, to be honest with you.
How's y'all's
you're about there. Yeah.
how's y'all's offensive line? Because that's the Jets. It doesn't matter who the Jets put in as quarterback. If they don't have more than 2 or 3 seconds in the pocket,
Yeah, we got a decent offensive line. That's not the problem. Our problem was his decision making in the pocket that we had last year from the quarterbacks. Justin Fields is really good. I was highly impressed with the way Fields played.
No, he's a
He started the season off.
quarterback.
Yeah, he started the season off 3-1. I mean,
Right.
yeah, he won 3, then lost 1, and then also now we got Russell Wilson in, changed the game up completely, and losing Fields, I think for the Steelers is going to be a huge loss this year. I really do.
Yeah. Do you think Bill Cowher's still available?
I would love.
Yeah, why don't you bring him back?
I want Cowher back. I want. I want.
No,
Barry back.
actually, your coach he's a great coach. Actually, I mean, he's a super coach. But man, it has been a struggle for the Steelers over the past 4 or 5 years. When's the last time they were in the hunt at the end for a Super Bowl?
Oh, let's see here. Let's see. Last time we made a run was in 2000 and I want to say 17, 18 maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, we started because we had during 2020 we went undefeated until we went 11 games.
Yeah.
And then lost to the Browns in the playoffs. First game. I mean, that's just our pattern though. We're going to do great.
That's very much like the Cowboys.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, real similar.
I would be stoked if I was y'all. Y'all know if the Jets are getting rid of somebody that they're probably a good player that we just couldn't accommodate. And so if you look historically, Sam Darnold, he just killed it at Minnesota. And you said he's going to the Seahawks. Like,
Yeah, he's going to the
somebody
Seahawks.
else. The Jets just let go, couldn't protect him in the pocket, let him go. And that's
and that's the problem there is they got no offensive line.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've watched every Jets game like probably twice this season, and that's all it boils down to.
Well,
he has no time in the pocket.
I mean,
to
I
throw
think
the ball.
we just watched Philadelphia demonstrate the
Yes,
value of an
exactly.
offensive
That's
line.
what wins games.
I
And
mean,
if you look at the Jets' offensive line, they're all from schools you've never heard of. They sound like high schools. You know what I mean? And
Brownsville Community College.
Yes, that's a huge part of it is getting your O line and not just big fat guys, football players.
Right.
You know
No,
what I mean?
real good players. I know that Philadelphia had lost, 2 years prior to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and what they did is they went out immediately and said, how do we not lose to them again? They didn't make it the next year, but they did this year, and that offensive line change was everything. I mean, that's the if you can't throw the ball, if you can't get time, even if you're Pat Mahomes, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, get your running game going as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, have the line open up the pocket so that way you can throw the whole defense off.
All right, here, I need everybody to tell me if you can, if you hear anything when I do this, all right? So just let me know if you hear anything because I need to test it real quick. All right, did you hear it?
Yeah,
Let me know. I know we heard it in the headphones. A bunch of goobers. You clown.
I had thrown myself for a loop because
Yeah,
y'all
we're
were
all
talking,
looking.
and I was looking, and so the last time the Pittsburgh Steelers apparently won the Super Bowl was in 2009.
Oh, that's the last time we won.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Brandon
so you
said that
won
he
in
could hear.
2000. Now, well, that's
Yeah.
much more recent than the Cowboys.
Yeah, then we went. Yeah, then we.
Well, and that's
then
why
we were in 2011. Well, 2010, 2011 is when we lost to Green Bay.
Okay.
We lost Aaron Rodgers
Yeah.
that year. And then every year be like, okay, playoff loss, playoff loss, playoff loss,
Mm-hmm.
playoff loss.
Yeah, it looks like 09 and 06. 09 they beat the Cardinals. 06 they beat.
Who was
beat
that was Roethlisberger.
Yep, that was Big Ben.
Okay, yeah. How many did he have? 2 or 3? Two
Yeah,
of them?
yeah. He won 2 and had 3 appearances.
All right.
Everybody said they could hear that, by the way.
Okay, good. Well, then let's do this. First of all, let's. I'm getting ready to play a banger for you, but let's talk about this real quick. If you need a vehicle, all right, go over to Fitz Auto. I talk about them all the time because they're that good. Late models, low miles. Go to fitzauto.com and check out their inventory right there online. They have all the pictures, they have the prices, they have the miles, and they work with you regardless of credit. You can even get pre-approved right there online. So fitzauto.com or go in person, 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock. So those who don't know, I did confess recently that the songs I had been playing were not from a label called Dope Records or anything like that. I know.
No way.
They're songs that I write and then I put it into AI and it puts music to it, you know. So these are the latest ones. Some of these bands are, I'm doing the AI challenge. And so I've got bands that are taking these songs that I've made and making them in presumably to better songs.
Okay.
So, one of the songs that we played, John LeCompte from Evanescence is doing.
Nice.
We've got Vantage Ruins. We've got John Bailey and the Heathen Revival.
Hell yeah.
Akeem Kemp, Stays in Vegas,
Now-
Dark from Day One.
Now this all started with your intro song.
Yeah.
to Wackadoos in the News.
Yeah, it really did start
that was
from
your
that.
launching pad.
That was the launching pad. Yeah, that's when, I sent it to Luke, and that is the launching pad. When I sent my intros to Luke that I'd made, he was like, "Man, these are good lyrics, man." And so we started kind of, I started messing around with stuff
Right.
because I needed songs to go to, sometimes you want to pee or
Right.
you just need to get up for a 2nd, stretch your legs. And if you're going to talk 2.5 hours straight, man, it'll fatigue you a little bit.
You don't
Little
want to
bit.
pay the
Yeah, you
royalties.
need to regroup.
Trust me, I learned that lesson on Saturday. Or Sunday. Yeah.
You need that little space. And so I said, well, I'm not paying for, song. I'm not paying
Right.
for everybody else's song. I'll just start making my own, know. And so it started out doing silly songs, and I did 2 or 3 of those, which you guys know. And then I said, well, shit, man, I may as well try to make some bangers.
All right.
And then, lo and behold, that worked out pretty good so
Hell yeah.
far, and it's turned into a cool contest.
I
so-
gotta admit, man, I thought something was up when I went and Googled Dope House Records and some
Yeah.
like clothing store.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, this doesn't seem
No, this
right.
doesn't seem like it's real. All right, so this one is a really good one, and there is a band that is taking this song on. If this one don't do it for you, then I am just a failure. Here we go. Let's try it.
Your words keep playing on a loop through my head. The price that I'm paying, well, the currency is dread. Thinking on what I heard, a question I'm trying to unwind. Digging through your words, how much truth will be mined? Paranoia is creeping in. A dirty fog that whispers. I'm hoping my demons don't win. Picking at my mental breaking in, the windows of my brain being busted. The doors are being kicked in, nothing in my head can be trusted. Paranoia is creeping in, a dirty fog that whispers. I'm hoping my demons don't win, picking at my mental blisters. I'm hoping my demons don't get wind.
All right, there we go. That is Dirty Fog by myself.
Hell yeah, dude. I dig it.
Man,
That was
that's
great.
That's a good jam, man. It's a good one right there. All right, let's get into some good stuff. We're going to have some guests here in just a few minutes, but I've got a couple things here that I think you definitely want to hear about and talk about. So let's do this.
Of course we do.
No, you definitely do.
Good morning, Tiffany. She's on. Keith, Latasha, everybody joining us on Facebook.
Hey, good morning to everybody.
Yeah, Brad.
Scotty Thorpe says, great song and good morning, guys.
Thanks, Scotty. I appreciate that, man. A great deal. Thank you, buddy.
So let me ask you. I know you're writing the lyrics. Do you have any input on the instrumental sounds in the
Well,
song?
to some degree, yeah. The way that it works with this particular program is, I write the lyrics, I put the lyrics in, then I have to. There are different ways you can put these lyrics in to make them do different things.
I gotcha.
So it's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah, no.
But musically, you have some parameters. You have the vocal parameter of what kind of voice you want to use. You have the style that you want to use, whether it's guitar centric or
Right, fast
whatever
paced,
it may
or-
be.
yeah.
Yeah. Like today, I've got in the catalog today. Hold on, I brought 1, 2. Looks like three rock songs, a country song, and a love song and a rap song.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Got it all covered, man.
I do. I got a lot of stuff today, that's for sure. A staggering number of individuals have confessed they wouldn't mind if their partner engaged with a sex robot. The poll aimed to gauge the extent to which people are open to AI playing a role in their personal lives, indicated a surprisingly high level of acceptance for AI's involvement in everything from health issues to human companionship. But it did highlight the lengths to which humans are prepared to allow their partners to explore infidelity with a bot.
And I said this last time we talked about this, but if your wife is trying to include a sex robot and you can't close the deal on a real life threesome, that's your own fault.
Well, I don't even think this is threesome. I think this is just, on the side.
yeah.
Yeah, the survey to investigate how AI.
Not in the mood tonight, hon. I have a headache. Just go get the robot out.
That's right. Yeah, get the toaster. AI is redefining intimacy and sexual health. So 1,000 people, average age of 40. Of those, 54% male, 44% female. The key findings included 3 out of 4 would trust an AI tool over a doctor to diagnose erectile dysfunction. Okay. How do you get diagnosed is my question. Do you have to put that in something? I don't trust it.
Nope, it's not working.
Additionally, 1 in 4, 25%, said they'd be comfortable with their partner being intimate with a sex robot modeled after themselves. More than a third.
So
hold
they don't
on.
want you to cheat, but you're okay sleeping with a robot as long as it looks like me.
A robot
Yeah.
version of themselves, yeah. So here, let's reverse this question, shall we? Okay. So here is the question, gentlemen. You have a significant other.
I mean, I don't.
Well, in this, in this little equation, we're going to pretend you do. Okay.
Okay.
So assume that you found a date somehow, and that she stuck around for a while, and you actually like each other.
Right. It's happened a couple of times. I mean,
Right.
you know,
Hey, anything can happen, man. And so, you have a good relationship. Everything's going great. You come home one day. Maybe you surprise her. You come home for lunch, and she's rocking the robot. You know what I mean? Or the robot's rocking her, whichever you want to call it. Is this going to make you feel? Are you mad? Is this cheating? What is this? Matt, go.
All right, so in my opinion, in that scenario there, I'm going to look at it as walking in and them using a toy.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be mad.
So even though that it's got a full body, it looks like it does have a beard like you, by the way, and in your little version of this.
In your version.
As a matter of fact, I take that back. It looks like a Bigfoot in your version, but so that's not going to. Even though it's a full person attached to that, it wouldn't bother you in any type of way. You'd be like, "Oh, okay, cool."
I would view it as an inanimate object.
Okay, all right.
That makes
Even
sense.
if it,
there's no
okay.
feelings involved. There's
What
no,
if this AI can talk like a Siri or whatnot?
Then I turn into John Connor.
Then what?
Then I turn into John Connor.
Oh yeah, you kill it.
If there's AI involved with it, I
Yeah.
don't know. I just
No, there's AI,
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean the toy thing is definitely a bonus.
No, there's
but
AI in it. Yeah, for sure.
no.
It talks. It does all that. That's a no.
That's gonna be a no. Yeah, it's gonna be too weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
It's not
right.
my bag, baby.
I'm saving you, Rich. You and your fake girlfriend. What do you do?
I mean, I guess I'm not mad. She doesn't even exist, right? No. I'm kidding. I don't know, man.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
All right.
I mean, I can't. If I
Bundy probably
maybe
has
throw in some WD-40, that might.
out of you guys know this. Bundy probably has the longest running healthy relationship. Maybe of anyone I know. I don't know, but
That's not true, didn't you? Weren't you just saying earlier that you're going to be tying the knot here soon or something?
Yeah.
yeah, no, he's got a great relationship, but he's 5 years. He's like 400.
Yeah.
So, what about you, man?
So look, okay, so not that I would mind her using it, but the first time I walk in and see it, I have to destroy it or choke it out. Or
See?
get another one. She can get another one, but I just have to let her know.
You have
that
to
I'm
let her
still
know.
The one.
I'm
Yeah,
still
in charge.
I run this.
Yeah.
I like how you go right to that. You got to destroy it. You're not just going to, like flip the power button off or something.
No, you're
Deactivate
gonna
it.
rock 'em sock and robot, knock the dome off, put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and let it fry out. Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah,
Go to
exactly.
John Connor.
Just, I want to know how long until we start having talk shows in like the middle of the day on TV. Like my robot got me pregnant.
Yeah, on Maury.
Oh, yeah.
I miss those shows.
Do you think?
R2D2, you are not the father. Yeah.
What could you go in the future to an IVF clinic and instead of the doctor using a turkey baster, they go in here and get with the robot, he'll inseminate you. Let me just tell you this. Here would be the bad part. If that were the case, and it did, and you're like, I'm going to go with you and support you, through this or whatever, and you got to sit outside when she goes in the little room, and you're just hearing all that hooting and hollering, and you're out there going, man, this is no way.
Yeah.
No, sir, I can't live like
Again,
this.
I'm whooping that robot.
Yeah,
That
John
robot
Connor.
does.
Yeah,
John Connor.
Something's got to die. Something's got to die. No, I don't disagree. I think that might be a little too much to walk in on.
Right.
All right. So speaking of the tech stuff, this is a kind of a weird story talking about what is going on with us and how we may evolve because of tech. Hold on one second here. This is fucking stupid.
Michael Glover's on. He told me, he said I need to put on a hat.
I saw that.
I was like, what, is the light too bright off my head, man? Or
Here, does that help?
hey, now you can't really talk too much. Hey.
I got a little shag on there.
That's why I'm wearing a hat.
Yeah, right. Experts have examined how technology is affecting the human body, suggests we might see dramatic changes by the year 2100. Now, I don't think I'll be here when I think about it, but maybe, who knows. To fully realize the impact everyday tech has on us, experts conducted scientific research to build a 3D design of what they think could be the physical changes humans may experience. So it comes after consistent use of smartphones, laptops, other tech we use on a daily basis. Now, first thing I have to to say caveat this with is that what?
No, go ahead. You just had a good question.
okay.
I gotta touch on this.
Yes, I want to hold on. The first thing I have to caveat this with is, smartphones look like they do now, but how long is it going to be that way? I mean, it could be soon that you wear a little eyepiece or an earpiece.
Yeah, I think we're moving to that.
I think it's going to happen, but scientists named their futuristic model Mindy, based on predictions for humans living in 2100, appears to have a hunchback from hours of sitting over computers and looking at phones. Showed her having bigger neck muscles, which help compensate for the poor posture, and from doing this all the time, which I'm sure that Sweet Connie had big neck muscles.
Sweet Connie.
Yeah, health and wellness expert who created the images said spending hours looking down at your phone strains your neck, throws your spine off balance. Consequently, the muscles in your neck have to expand extra effort to support your head. The other thing they say is your hand could start doing more of this from gripping the phone all the time over between now and 2100. Do you think?
When I was a teenager, I thought my hand was going to do that.
I'm amazed it didn't, to be honest.
Same. I mean, I thought,
I think this is much ado about nothing. I think this is a scare tactic. I don't think that in any possible way that this is the case.
It's kind of funny to me how it's all going when cell phones first came out, they were in bags and huge things. You had to put the antenna on your car or whatever. And then they got smaller and smaller, and we got the flip phones and little razors and everything that everybody had. And now then they went big. You wanted the phone with the the smartphone with the bigger screen and the fold out. And now we're going back the other way of hey, we want them. We just implanted in my ear.
I feel like the only legitimate thing I've read about long term is that our vision is going to evolve differently.
Sure, and that may be true,
but not necessarily negative or positive. It's just going to evolve in a different way.
But I think that look, I was told as a kid if I sat too close to the TV, I'd go blind.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's always been some kind of warning, right?
Right. Always.
And this is not new. Let's take a quick second and bring our guest on. I'm gonna put one on each end real quick. Come on in, have a seat, guys. Come on in, man. Have a seat, man. Join us. How you doing, brother? Good, man. Have a seat. Have a seat there.
Good to meet you.
How you doing, man? Come on in. Have a seat. Yeah, you can put on these headphones if you want to hear yourself, hear what's going on and how you sound and all that.
Did you get the slides showing that I see?
Man, I haven't looked at it, to be honest with you. I've been busy running my mouth right now. Here, get right up on this mic, and you just get right up on it like I am. There you go. See how that sounds.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, there you go. Well, tell everybody your name.
My name is Nathan Woolner.
Okay, Nathan. And who are you with?
I work at Shine Pro Pressure Washing.
Shine Pro Pressure Washing, and you are?
And I'm Scott Bundy.
Scott?
So Shine Pro Pressure Washing.
Okay, all right. Well, welcome, guys. Welcome. So tell me a little bit about your business, man.
Well, about a year ago, we started a pressure washing business and soft washing business.
Mm-hmm.
And the premise around a lot of what we're doing is trying to reach into other guys' lives that maybe have the entrepreneurial drive, but don't necessarily have the means or the education to do it at this point.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I got connected with Nathan.
Okay. Tell us, how you got started and all this, man.
So I was working at Camping World for about 3 months, and about a month prior to me getting that job, I got connected with a guy through a church group that does pressure washing.
Okay.
So I did a couple jobs with him. Took this job as a salesperson at Camping World. Figured out that's not what I wanted to do, but along those 3 months at Camping World, I really felt like God was aligning me to do that. And so he kept introducing me to people. And eventually, a former mentor of mine introduced me to Scott. I was trying to do my own thing. Eventually, I realized we'd be stronger partners together.
Yeah.
And then we started working together.
That's great, man. That's great. So how long have you guys been doing it now?
Well, I've been doing it for over a year. There was another gentleman that I started with to
Okay.
begin with, and he's still doing some work with us, but couldn't quite put in, all the time that was needed for that. So, but Nathan and I, how long has we been? We've been maybe a month now.
A month, 2 months. It feels like a lot longer.
I understand that. No, it's a long journey sometimes. So you're kind of a startup trying to get out there
Absolutely.
and get your name out
Absolutely.
and get rolling, right?
Yes,
I mean, that's
absolutely.
what's going on.
Yes,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
So, when it comes to pressure washing, what all kinds of pressure washing do you pressure wash roofs, let's say?
We actually soft wash roofs. But
Soft
yes,
wash,
yes,
okay.
we
How
do
does that?
clean,
Tell me about that.
Well, actually, as a matter of fact, we've been getting contacts from other people, even this last week, with regards to insurance companies saying
Yeah.
that they're wanting to cancel their insurance because they have moss on it and it's not been treated, and so, but anyway, it's a chemical that we apply using a soft, no pressure on it.
Let me just back that up because we just had I'm a realtor, as most of you know,
Right.
and we just had a conversation, our team yesterday, talking about some of the changes that have happened, and there are a lot of people right now getting calls and finding out that their roof won't be covered if it's over 10 years old or certain things like that. They're really getting much stricter on it for obvious reasons. They're paying out more than they want to.
Exactly.
But I know for a fact that the soft wash can make a huge difference in cleaning up a roof, getting the debris off of
Absolutely.
it, and extending the life. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the algae that's growing on the roof,
Mm-hmm.
is eating away at the shingles, day by day. So, and a lot of times people, you'll see look like black runs down the roof. It's actually
Right.
just algae growing on the roof.
Yeah.
A lot of times people think, well, it's just my
Or the
granules.
water lines or different things.
Absolutely,
So,
yes.
so when you do that, it kind of cleans it, it conditions it, and it makes it look the appearance
Absolutely.
much better, right?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
And that's huge. When your insurance people come out. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yes,
that's
absolutely,
massive.
absolutely.
So, do you just pressure wash anything that doesn't move, or what? What's the story?
Yeah, so if we called ourselves a soft wash company, no one would know what that is. if we're
Sure,
being
right.
honest. So we call ourselves a pressure washing company, but we pressure wash primarily hard surfaces like concrete, pavers.
Okay, so let's say that, for example, let's say that I've lived in my home for a few years. My driveway is, how they get greasy, they get dingy, they get dirty. You come out with your pressure washer, and can you make it look pretty new again?
I can make it look brand new.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Almost.
So ballpark. What? And I know every driveway is different, but on average, if I were going to call and say, "Hey, man, I want my driveway to look new again," what's that going to run me?
Well, usually what we do is we price it by square foot because obviously, you could have a very long.
Sure, of
driveway,
course you
right?
could,
So
right.
it runs around 19 to 20 cents a square foot.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Yeah,
not
super
expensive at
reasonable.
all.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not expensive at all.
Right.
Another thing that I know that as a realtor that matters is, if you have a brick or siding on your home and you get because you see the algae or the moss, whatever, growing up on the side of it, everybody gets that. It really can make a big difference, especially if you're selling a home, but just in taking care of it, how it looks in the neighborhood, right?
Right, absolutely. A lot of times we maybe wait till we're moving out till we put all this investment into our house.
Yeah,
but why not
right.
do it while you're living? While you're living there.
Right.
And
Well,
enjoy it.
or if you're thinking about, I'll tell you this: if you're thinking about selling your home, but if you get these guys to come out and they soft wash the roof, they pressure wash everything, pressure wash your driveway, you're going to get a premium return out of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because your photos are going to look better. When people come up to the home, it's going to look better.
Right.
You're probably going to turn several $1,000s off of that small investment.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yes.
that's facts right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've looked it up, and they say on average about 2 to 10%, depending on the house, depending on where you're at.
Absolutely.
I like to tell people that when someone comes to look at your home, if you're going to sell it, it's like a first date. We've
Yeah.
all seen that commercial with the guy with the wrinkly shirt, and he shows up,
Right.
and she's like, "Who are you, and what are you wearing?"
Well, yeah, or worse than that, you don't look anything like your profile picture. So sometimes people, I had someone not long ago, and they were going to we were selling a house, and they were like, "Can we use these pictures?" And I was like, "That doesn't look like your house now." So no, we can't do that because somebody's going to show up. And I've had it happen. I had a house one time when Laura and I were looking to buy a house. We went to Malvern to look at a house, and man, it was just absolutely great online, just beautiful. We showed up, and I swear to when I tell you those pictures were taken 25 years ago, I'm not lying. The deck in the pictures, brand new, pristine. It was gray. The boards were curled up. I mean, I was like, this is unbelievable, man. What about pressure washing like a deck?
Yes, we do. Nathan, I'll let you talk on that.
That's what I was doing all day yesterday. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw down a mix of sodium hypochlorite, which is bleach, water, and surfactant, which is a soap.
Yeah.
Throw that on there before we're going to water it, of course. Throw that on there. Let that sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then I'll come through about 8 to 12 inches off those boards and just wipe it clean. I can make it look brand new. It looks really good. We're able to get all the mold.
And again, this is another great thing. Number one, if you use your deck and you entertain people, I mean, wouldn't you like it to be nicer and cleaner? Yeah, of course you would. But number two, if you are selling your house, again, this is another thing that will be a big ROI for you. I mean, it sounds like you guys could come by and basically give a house a facelift.
Absolutely.
I mean, between the roof, the driveway, the siding or brick, and the deck, I mean, you could absolutely give a facelift that could net a seller $5,000-$10,000 easily.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: is the process the same if you have a metal roof? I know a lot of people have metal roofs now. Do you pressure wash that, or is that a soft wash?
You're going to soft wash that too as well. And one thing that you have to be careful of is oxidation. It's something we haven't talked about, but if there is oxidation, you usually get from sun fading.
Right.
It breaks down the surface of it, so you have to be really careful about that because you can leave a lot of streak marks on it and all that. So anyway, but that really has come to do with pressure. So if you're using soft wash, it's not as bad. So,
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now, where are you from?
I'm from. I grew up in North Little Rock.
Oh, you grew up in Dogtown. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. In Rose City.
Man.
Shout out to Rose City. Absolutely.
Yeah. How about yourself, man?
I'm actually from Houston, Texas. I never thought I'd be in Arkansas, but I got a swimming scholarship.
Everybody says that.
I got a swimming scholarship to Washita Baptist.
Okay.
And graduated in 20 with a business degree and decided to stay here.
You decided to stay. What? I'm just curious. Why stay here? What was it? Was it?
Well, my mom's like arm's length away, for being honest.
Oh, okay. No, I get that. I get that.
It's a friendly state. I've got great community here.
So going to
felt
school,
led.
you just kind of built a community up of friends and people, and then wanted to stick around. That's cool. That's really cool, man. Actually, to hear. So what, how do people find you? How do they get a hold of you? What's the way to get, look, there's probably a lot of people listening right now going, I need my deck done before summer, or I'm getting ready to sell. I need my roof done. I mean, how do they get a hold of you guys, man?
So you could text or call me or Scott. My number is 832-792-8363, or Nathan or Scott at shinepropressurewashing.com. I know it sounds weird.
So what's your website?
So it's just going to be Shine Pro Pressure Washing.
shinepropressurewashing.co.
.co,
Right,
yes. And
shinepropressurewashing.co.
And that website is still being built, so they may not get too much information there.
But will it have a phone number or email or something on there?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you want. Or are you on Facebook? How about
Yes,
that?
yes. Shine Pro Pressure Washing is on Facebook.
All right, so maybe that's the best route to go to Facebook, find Shine Pro Pressure Washing there. We can share that link after the show for everybody on our page that wants to snag that for sure. Yeah. So what's the goal here? And I know that you guys are kind of start up, but are you looking to just take over the central area with your business, or what are you doing?
Of course, that's always a goal, for that. But yeah, we're actually even right now we're looking for another person to come along part time to work with us.
Oh, so you're hiring?
Yeah. So
part time. So I assume they would operate a pressure washer or at least help carry equipment or something.
That's
What are
correct.
they going to
Yeah,
do?
absolutely. I mean, they would work alongside with,
Okay.
Nathan or myself.
And when you say part-time, sometimes that means 32 hours, sometimes it means 15. What are you talking about?
Well, it depends on what the jobs are we have. So
Yeah.
it's really kind of hard to say.
Kind of
what
based
it's
on
gonna
per
be.
job.
Yeah, but right now we're, pretty
Staying busy?
staying very busy. Yeah.
So how much an hour will you offer someone to start?
we're starting at $20 an hour.
Hey, that's pretty damn good money.
It's-
For part-time? Yeah, man. As a matter of fact, I may need to pressure wash some stuff. I don't know. I mean, you might need me.
Absolutely.
Well, we understand that it's really hard to find a job that pays well, and Scott and I both been in that position.
Yeah.
And I was getting paid $12.50 an hour if I didn't cover the draw at Camping World, and I was like, man, I don't want anyone to ever have to struggle at work thinking about how am I going to pay my bills when I get home.
Yeah.
We want them to be able to come to work and know that it's going to be paid and go home and be able to rest.
Man, can I ask you a stupid question?
Sure, go ahead.
How old are you, man?
I'm 25.
25, man. You're pretty sharp. You're pretty put together for 25. I give you mad respect, man. To be a business owner and to be on your hustle and to be able to communicate as effectively as you are, that's great. That's a great accomplishment.
Well, thank you.
25. No, it's no bullshit. I mean, I've got a son who's 26 and one who's 22, so I know how important that is. I'm sure that your family's super proud of what you're accomplishing right now.
100%. I mean, I was raised by a single mom. Both my parents were around my life.
Yeah.
They both had a really big influence. My mom did a really good job. I tell people if my mom would have died at like 12, I would have been able to take care of myself and my sister and the entire house.
Yeah. Wow, man. Amazing. Kudos to your mom. She did a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome.
And I'm a little bit older than 25.
Yeah, no,
my daughter and Nathan graduated from Ouachita at the same year.
So that's how y'all
just so you
connected up?
Well, we didn't know. They didn't know each other
Oh, you didn't know
that
each
well
other,
there.
okay.
But I mean, just as far as our how we overlap.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's very cool. Well, so it's Shine Pro Pressure Washing on Facebook. That's what it is. All right. Well, that is exciting, man. Tell me, what do you like to do when you're not pressure washing stuff, man?
I like to make music. I write songs.
Oh, really?
Primarily like Christian country songs.
Okay.
I started that about a couple years ago.
Man, that's great. That's a great hobby to get into.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, there's a big demand for that right now. I've got some friends in Nashville, and that's what they do is write songs all the time, man. That's cool. What about yourself? What do you like to do when you're not pressure washing?
A lot of my time I spend is just speaking into the guys' lives. Just whether it's not really work for me, but it's something fun.
But like
kinda
mentoring.
Mentoring, yeah, absolutely.
That's great, man.
Whether it's somebody's going through, a bad marriage or some, I mean, it's not something I do professionally, but I'm just saying, as far as
that's
different guys,
you don't have to be professional to help people.
Absolutely, totally. So yeah,
and I'll
something I
tell
love
you,
to do.
this is a world that could use some more mentoring
Yeah,
here and there,
for
don't
sure.
you think, Bundy?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it sounds like these guys are the kind of people you want to do business with. Let's be honest. Shine Pro Pressure Washing on Facebook. I want you guys to check these guys out and look. If you need some pressure washing, give them a chance. Do you have any specials you're running right now, by the way?
No, but I can tell you the more services that you add, the bigger the discount will take. And
What all kinds of services did we not talk about that you offer?
okay, so we do decks, fences, any type of concrete.
Oh, fences. I
pavers.
forgot about fences is another great
that's
one
a good
because
one.
let me tell you something that there are two things that people want to know. Three things really. Three things that people key in on when they come into a house. One is the roof. The other is the air conditioning and heat. And the third is the fence. They always look at the fence to see how it looks, to see how it's taken care of. If you pressure wash your fence and it looks good, again, it's going to help you sell that house. What else?
House washes, like we talked about, roofs, do windows as well.
Yeah, okay.
We'll clean out your gutters for you. We can also whiten the gutters.
Oh, see, cleaning out the gutters is also that's a big benefit and a
Yes.
bonus because I hate doing that.
yes.
Yeah, especially when the fall comes and you have all those leaves and everything.
Yeah.
Do want to do a disclaimer? I just went full time with Shine Pro, so our Facebook or Instagram is not super built up.
Yeah, but
But it's there. But it's there.
It is. So we're coming. We actually just finished some houses that are going to go on the market soon. We're going to start posting those houses, getting more of our
That's
work
great.
out there.
That's great, man. Well, I'm so glad that you guys have something going here, and hopefully we can help get you some business and support you a little bit. And
thank you.
why don't you come back and check us out?
Sure.
Here in about 2 or 3 months after you guys get a little more into it, and
absolutely.
come back and update us on how you're doing, how the business is going, what's new with you guys. I'd like to have you back in. Would you be willing to come back?
100%.
Awesome. You yourself?
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Well, man, I want to thank you guys so much for coming in today and hanging out, man. That is awesome, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you guys so much for coming in today.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to bring these other guys back in. Y'all are welcome to hang out right there and watch the show if you like. We're just going to sit around and chop it up, but yeah, make yourself at home over there, all right?
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Appreciate it.
man. Hey, Rich and Matt. Here, let's do this. Let's do another song real quick, and we'll do that to make this transition. Let me throw you a loop here. Let's go with country a little bit.
Okay.
Turned on the radio today, cut it off after 2 songs play. Whatever happened to rock and roll? Everything is sad and it blows. Huey was singing now about the heart, ZZ Top jammed about cars, AC/DC shook us all night long. Why are all the good times gone? I just wanna get in my damn car and bump up the speakers without hearing all these songs about depression, dope, and tweakers. Days riding with my friends, singing every song to the end. What the hell are they doing now? Sitting together in a car and crying. Sometimes my buddies ask me, how come you don't listen to new stuff? I don't know, but maybe it's because I'm not a damn cream puff. I just wanna get in my damn car and bump up the speakers without hearing all these songs about depression, dope, and tweakers. While all these folks are sad and wailing, I'm sticking with Def Leppard, GNR, and Van Halen. Oh yeah. It always feels like a good jam session, and I don't end up with a bag of depression. And bump up the speakers without hearing all these songs about depression, dope, and tweakers.
Oh yeah, man.
Hey, that was a good one.
You like that one?
That sounds like, was that the one you said the other day that Luke said could be like a number one on?
No, that's not the one. But
that's right up there with
you
it.
Like
man.
you like that one?
I do, man. That was rocking.
I hope everybody else liked it too, man.
I'm checking out Shine Pro Pressure Washing's Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a good example of just what they can do to a roof. Look at the
Oh,
picture.
really?
Oh, that's
Let's take a look.
amazing.
Show me. Oh yeah, no.
Check that out all
Oh
the
my
time.
Oh, yeah,
God,
look at that.
man, yeah.
Brand new.
That's wild, man. How about the before and after on that? Yeah, that's a huge difference. And if you're going to sell a home, man, I'm
It's the
telling you.
cosmetic stuff, you know.
It oftentimes it's just like you said, like on a date. I mean,
exactly.
You want your girl to be pretty, your guy to be handsome, whatever. And so when you show up, the most attractive it can be is better, right?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like it's just one of the most cost-efficient things you can do. to
Well,
give that up
I mean,
to
it's a
your
hell of a
home, you know.
lot cheaper than putting up new roofs and
Yeah,
fences
yeah,
and
new
things like that.
siding, yeah, shit like that.
If nobody has a reason to question the roof, they might not question the roof. If it looks new, they may not question it.
Exactly.
If it's covered in junk and got streaks down it,
Yeah.
then they're going to be like, yeah, no, how old is that roof and what's the story on that? You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's huge.
Check those guys out.
All right.
Man, while you were doing the interview and everything, I was catching up on some comments that we had missed from a couple of stories that you talked about before. We were talking about the phones, getting smaller and bigger. Jay Sorsby, watching on YouTube, said, "Well, when we figured out we could watch porn on our phones, they started getting bigger."
Now they have the fold-out screens. Yeah, no, that's what it is. That's probably right. To be honest with you.
And Little Dog, we were talking about the sex robots. He said, which I thought was kind of a funny question. He said, "What if they could put someone else's, spoofs on your junk? Make your junk a little bit better. Would you do it?
Oh no,
would you do the deed?
No, sir. I don't need any robotics around there. I'll move on organically if you don't mind, sir. I'm going to stay analog there. But this is interesting. On Friday, the U.S. Department of Agriculture has announced the cancellation of a $600,000 grant. Now, again, this is, I think, part and parcel to Doge going through and some waste that they've been discovering.
Yeah.
So $600,000, a grant that the government was providing for a study, a real special study, according to Secretary Brooke Rollins. That study was menstrual cycles in transgender men. That's right. You heard me correctly. No, you heard me exactly right. According to a database, the grant recipient was the Southern University Agricultural Mechanical College in Louisiana. But that's kind of a wild thing to be given. This is why Doge is going through things.
Yeah. Well, I just heard the other day too that they found like 312 million had been given to kids during COVID pandemic.
Yeah, that's right. 11-year-old kids that somehow frauded, and it's not the kids. I promise you.
Oh no.
This is look. We've all seen it before. If you grew up in an area that was poor, you've known parents who put cable in their kids' name, utilities in their kids' name. This is just the latest version of that. They just threw their kids as business owners. They probably had a lemonade stand or mowed some lawns, and so now they're getting a grant from the government to keep the business operating. Yeah. So, but nobody caught this, that they were 11 and not qualified to sign a loan, be part or anything like that. Grant, nothing.
Hey, Latasha says, just a traffic update for anybody driving. She says I-430 South right before the bridge is at a standstill for
fun shit.
No, you never like that.
That morning traffic. Brad Elkins starting his day off. He says it's nothing like a nice hot shower with PATP.
I know that's right. I don't know, man. Let me.
That's kind of weird, but hey.
No, I'm glad to be in the shower.
Right.
You missed a spot.
Yeah. Should I get your back or what? Tony Hinchcliffe, everybody knows who that is, right? Kill Tony?
Yeah, just watched Kill Tony last night.
Did you? It's super popular. A lot of people really, really like it. He's a comedian. He's a podcaster. He had a little controversy, but that's what he's about, so he doesn't care. But he just landed a deal with Netflix.
Dude, I saw that.
Yeah, this is a big deal for him. The contract is for 3 specials under Hinchcliffe's Kill Tony branding. That's his weekly live podcast. It streams on YouTube. And the first special, it will film at the Comedy Mothership in Austin. It's going to premiere April 7th on Netflix. He said, myself, our entire crew of Austin comedians, peers, upcomers are excited to share our chaotic, insane show with a whole new chunk of the globe. He said it's the most spontaneous and improvised show that's out there, and creative freedom given to us by Netflix to keep the show in its pure form is a dream, and we can't wait to Netflix and Kill.
Dude, if you're a fan of stand-up comedy, you've got to be watching Kill Tony on Monday nights. It's the best. It's the best, reinvigoration in the stand-up comedy you've seen.
It's really a unique approach to what they're doing. We had I think an Arkansan who showed up there, who's been on this show. Mike Rowe, is that it? No, what was his name? It's not Rowe. It's Mike, though, right? You remember the guy that went on Kill Tony? He came in and talked to us early on. He had a friend that was
not Lucas Smith, was it?
No. But anyway, he showed up. He bombed, though.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, I mean, not nice that he bombed.
No, he terribly bombed. He admitted it. But it is. He said he put his name in, but he wasn't a comedian. So it was one of those things where it's like, Well, you know you're going in front of, right?
Yeah, you sign up for that, and then
Right.
you watch the show, and that's like the number one thing that they hate. They hate when somebody comes up there like, "Well, how long have you been doing comedy?" And they're like, "Well, I've never done it. I was just kind of messing around."
Today's
And
my
they're
first
I
day.
just put my name on there to try to do it.
We'll rip them apart.
No, and he did get ripped up.
Netflix though, getting their hands on a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
all of a
for
sudden,
sure, dude.
man. Like, I mean, I gotta admit it. It's really, and I assume there's probably a streaming wars between all these companies of who can
Sure
get
there are.
the best shows and everything. But Netflix really, I mean,
Well-
with the live boxing event, they got
Yeah.
WWE Monday Night Raw on there now live.
No,
and
you know
this, I mean,
they had for their first quarter, I think recently they had taken a negative in subscribers.
yeah.
And then they rolled out a whole bunch of things and turned that around very quickly. But I'm going to give Netflix a lot of credit because I think they have advanced comedy dramatically.
Well, and you had mentioned and I'll absolutely agree with you on that one. But I think a lot of it was fueled by when they started cutting everybody sharing Netflix accounts and everything and made everybody
Oh, yeah.
subscribe. That's
Well,
when
sure.
you started seeing the down, and they needed to come up with a way to get those people to say, okay, hey, I'll pay the
Look,
$14.99.
I get it. I mean, we used to steal cable too.
Right.
So I mean, yeah. Now what we do, and I'm sure this is frowned upon in the industry, but I have a collection of friends. We all share passwords,
Yeah.
so that we all have each item. So I'm paying for Hulu. You got Hulu. You're paying for Netflix. I got Netflix.
We do the same thing, and it's funny because we've got.
I was going to say that works for y'all.
We've got friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does.
We've got friends around the country, so like our YouTube TV is being used in Montana right now.
That's
We've
great,
got like
yeah.
an HBO Max account in Michigan
Yeah.
like being used.
Yeah.
It's same. We share
I must
those
be doing
with the
something
same
wrong
group of-
then.
You probably are.
Well, because like Hulu, like I've had Hulu Live TV or whatever before, and like shared, told my mom or whatever, hey, here's the password, and then she'll log on and it'll be like, oh, you're not at your home IP address,
Well,
we can't play anything.
Yeah, some of them will do that, or if you have a limitation on device number, it can also be a restriction because
Yeah.
I think with some of these plans you can choose how, like Netflix, I think now you can pick how many devices
Yeah.
that you have, and you can even have a bonus device, I think that's for people to use just like that.
Yeah.
But you pay a little extra for it,
Right.
But yeah, a lot of them, I can't speak to Hulu exactly because I'm paying for that one.
Right.
I'm not getting
So
it
you're-
secondhand. But I can tell you the other ones that I have secondhand that are just fine.
I know Hulu because I share somebody else's Hulu.
Okay.
I don't pay for Hulu.
Well,
I
there
use
you
a
go.
friend in Montana.
So,
Yeah, I know.
so maybe you need a VPN or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, I've got the Hulu Disney thing from a friend up in Fayetteville.
I'll tell you something else too. Look, if you're a fan of Big Brother, and it's my favorite reality show of all time, but there's a Canadian version, and in all honesty, the Canadian version is superior to ours in almost every way. The only difference, they don't pay out as much prize money, but they put all the money into the sets and the contests that they do.
Okay.
But you can't watch it here.
Oh yeah.
No, you can't watch it here. Canada's real funny about their broadcast, so you can watch it if you use a VPN.
Oh, okay.
You can sure go watch it.
Right.
Latasha Mack says, I have Netflix, Hulu, and Paramount. I need someone's HBO, please.
Tasha, guess what? Surprise, I got you on Max.
Hey, there you go.
I got the Max,
Let's
baby.
go.
I got the. Let me hook you up. I'll get with you offline.
We'll have
We'll-
the Patrick and the People subscription.
yeah, we'll get you into Max. I got that one.
For 5 easy payments of $19.99, you can get 6 episodes.
We'll do. You got some streaming service I need. We'll do a little swappy on that for sure.
have
That'd be.
people meeting up people on street corners like, hey,
Yeah. Hey, I
you
got
got that
that.
HBO?
I got that Max.
Yeah, I got that, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. All right. So tell me more about what's going on in the Bigfoot world, man. What's happening in your universe and with
Have y'all caught him yet?
the
Not yet.
cryptids, all the cryptids.
All the cryptids. All right, so the cryptid news, well, for the show, we just became an LLC a month ago.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't think that has anything to do with Bigfoot.
Not at all. No. So,
Hey,
but,
he only comes out for respected, legitimate businesses.
Yeah, no,
He does.
he's also your accountant.
he is my accountant. That's why we're in the negative.
Yeah, right. He's not real good at math.
Not at all. No, a lot of expeditions going on here locally in Arkansas, actually. A lot of sightings happening right now taking place in Ozark. Of course, the Bald Knob area. Those seem to be the two really hot spots. I got a report in Saturday night of a potential strange cryptid out in your neck of the out in Little Rock, actually.
Oh, really?
Yep, out in West Little Rock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my former neck. Now I'm back in Benton.
Yeah, you're back in Benton.
Back in the SC, baby.
Back in the So we were trying to get to go out and check that out Sunday morning, but the weather washed all the tracks.
So let's say that somebody calls you. First of all, my first question is, do they always have a video? Because I'm not going to call you if I don't have something on video, right?
Well, a lot of times, so for a lot of people, and you'll hear people with the encounters. Like my encounter up in Bald Knob, the last thing I was thinking of was pulling my phone out and taking a picture.
Gotcha.
You know, and most encounters are only going to last between 15 to 30 seconds.
Okay, so if someone calls you and says, "Hey, I think there's a Bigfoot right now," you know, you're not going to just jump in the Bigfoot mobile and roll out there. No. you're gonna talk to them about it.
I'm going to talk to them about it. Yeah, I'm going to find out
if
because a
there's
lot of
something
times
more,
it
you'll
is.
come look at it.
Yeah, a lot of times, you know, for a sighting, it is misidentification.
Have you ever had, like, let me just give you for example. I have a couple of wonderful full gorilla costumes. Okay.
Okay.
Have you ever had somebody call you and you show up and they've got some clown in the woods in a costume?
No, I've been lucky on that one. I haven't
No?
had that one yet. No, no, I'm waiting for it. I am waiting.
Yeah, no, it's going to happen.
It's
will
funny
happen.
you
And it's
mentioned
going to
that.
be me when it happens.
Well, I'm taking you up now. I'm taking you out on one. You know that.
When,
right?
when are we doing this? I keep hearing.
I know. Well, I told you I was going through the cold and
Yeah, no,
with
I
the
don't like the
sinuses
cold.
and everything. I don't like going to the woods when it's cold. I did enough of that when I was in the Army.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
You know,
You
so-
enjoyed snipe hunting so much when you were in the Boy Scouts, Patrick? Now you want to go hunt for Bigfoot?
No, I did not enjoy snipe hunting at
See, ours
all.
was jackalope. We didn't do snipe. We did jackalopes up in Utah.
The jackalope.
The jackalope.
Yeah,
Now,
that's great.
For real quick, because you were talking about the gorilla suits and everything.
Yes.
That did actually happen, if I remember
So-
right. Like years ago, there was some people that had a gorilla suit and they filled it
They were
full
trying-
of like
That's like the
rope
most
of
famous-
beef or something.
That's
Yeah.
what they were trying to do. There's a guy out there. There's a team on Instagram, and the one guy is about 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
Should be a basketball player. They got him a suit, an actual Sasquatch suit.
That's awesome.
And what they'll do is they'll go out to an area where sighting was at, and they'll try and recreate it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And the guy's even said, he goes, I'll be out there. People will be walking by, and I'll just be standing in the woods. Nobody notices me.
See, that
Nobody
would be,
sees
that
him.
would be amazing to just come out of the shadow as the Bigfoot in the woods. And
Yeah.
Like, rah!
that is awesome. Man.
But the other part on that one is, so the guy in the suit, he'll tell you, he goes, a lot of these sightings, you can tell whether or not it's somebody, because with the mask and everything on, you're limited on your vision.
Okay.
So when you're walking through the woods, you got, tree branches, you got limbs down, you got
Yeah.
logs in the way.
Yeah.
So you're always looking down.
Right.
He said, so when you're watching footage, if it's not looking down a lot, it's not a person in a suit.
Yeah. Okay.
So like
Makes
the
sense.
so if you look
Okay.
at if you look at the Patty
Yeah. In other words,
Gillen
the
film,
animal doesn't have to look
Yeah.
down. It
Right.
it knows where. Yeah. So you look at the Patty Gillen film. Patty not one time does she look down. She looks over her shoulder. Excuse me.
Who's
So the infamous Patterson Gillen film that came out during the '60s, and everybody
that's
was
the one where he's walking in his full
Yeah,
body.
well, it's a female. So if you look, you can
it's
see,
a
yeah,
female.
yeah, you see, there's breast swinging. There, you can see from the buttocks, everything, how the form is. So it's
I
not a
didn't know it was
man in
like
the suit.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
So wait, you're telling me there's a male and a female Bigfoot?
Well, they got to make little Bigfoot somehow.
Right. So if you shave her down, well, never mind. Go ahead.
So if you watch
Keep
the
her in the
film,
backyard.
yeah. So if you watch the film, they've gone through with AI, and so it was a natural gait, it's a natural walk, and not one time does Patty look down.
Okay.
And the area that they were filming in was in a riverbed. And there's a bunch of, as you look in the background, you'll see a bunch of down trees,
Yeah.
everything come through. So for the person in the suit would have to be constantly looking down, not glancing over their right shoulder. Mm-hmm. So so that's the question I'm going to ask on a sighting.
Yeah.
If they see it, what was it doing?
Right.
And then I'm going to ask them, how often are you in the woods?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we go about, once a month. We go hiking Pinnacle or something. I'm like, okay, so you're, it's not a shot at anybody who's an amateur. Yeah, see,
That's the one.
That's the one. You see how it's just walking,
Yeah.
and they.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, what if it's just?
I mean, that is it looks like it's got a little bit of a pimp step.
So I've heard a story before, and I don't know, you would know more than that. But is this not the one? I thought there was a story of famous
Is he
Bigfoot
moonwalking?
footage where like somebody on his deathbed
Show it
said
backwards.
Okay, so
that was us screwing around.
so the two guys, Patterson and Gimlin. Okay, had seen it, had an encounter already. So he had his film with his camera.
Yeah.
They run horseback. They ride up. They see the creature walking through. He jumps off the horse, grabs his camera, and that's how we only get that short clip.
So
And it's shaking.
Here's the question that I have, because
And I'll tell you the answer on that one too, the deathbed one, is because the technology at the time, the biggest thing they had was Planet of the Apes was getting ready to come out.
Mm-hmm.
The original Planet of the Apes.
Oh, okay.
So that would have been the high-tech costumes they would have.
Right.
And you can tell from the footage here that that's not.
Right.
Planet
So
of the
so
Apes.
here's my question: is if this is in fact a Bigfoot, why is Bigfoot not disturbed that somebody's just rode up on horses and I mean, usually they hide, right? He seems to be not, or she, whatever it may be, seems to be sauntering along. Just like
A lot of encounters are that way. A lot of encounters are not the creature running away.
Okay.
So there's very few encounters where the creature runs, sees you and runs away. Normally, the encounters are they're inquisitive about us.
Right.
They're throwing rocks. They're getting our attention. I mean, you're not going to throw rocks at people unless you want their attention or you want to scare them away. Of course, all this is hypothetical because there's no experts out there.
Sure. Right.
So-
well, you're the expert.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that.
I mean, you're the only expert I know. How about that?
But looking at the footage, and if you listen to encounters, and that's the one thing, why I got the podcast started, was I wanted to get to the bottom of this based upon, my own experiences that I had as a kid and the encounter that I had at Fort Hood.
Right.
Was what's going on out here.
Right.
And there is something, what exactly it is, I don't know.
Right.
But I think it's kind of egotistical for man to think that we are the greatest, strongest thing on the planet when it's not even close to the case. If you take a look at the shark and the dolphin, I mean, how similar are the shark and the dolphin?
No, just my wife tells me all the time I'm not the strongest on the planet. I promise. She let me know right away. So I don't need Bigfoot to know that.
Well, that looked like a pretty clear video that you had pulled up there.
That's the quintessential, the video.
That is the video, yeah. So the video he had pulled up was they went through and with AI technology, stopped the shaking.
Yeah, I was going to say that was
They
a
cleaned
little
it
more
up.
clear.
Yeah, they went through, cleaned
original.
everything up. And with AI too, they've added AI, walking, showing how the limbs would move, how this would move, the length of the limbs. Mm-hmm. And with it being a female,
And again, it's female because it has boobs. That's what we know.
boobs and the style of the buttocks.
Okay.
She got that thing on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
she got that dump in the trunk.
Yeah, she got that ghetto thing
Got a
going.
dump truck.
And she does, yeah.
She got a what is it? A Brazilian BBL.
So this is the original. This is where they're jumping off the horse. She's trying to get it recorded.
Yeah.
And you see how he's shaking.
Oh, okay.
So,
The other one was like a stabilized.
yeah, so this is
camera.
where they took they stabilized the film.
Yeah.
Through
No,
AI.
because they can do that with AI now. Yeah, I got you. Okay, that's wild.
So you
man.
can see how he's walking, trying to get,
He's trying to get up to him.
and it's just strolling away from him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, very
And
casually.
a lot of encounters are that though. They're this quick.
But bears are that way sometimes too. I mean, I remember watching probably one of the freakiest videos. And I remember the guy, his commentary. He was pretty freaked out, but he was one of those nature, guys who did documentaries and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he was out doing a documentary on grizzly bears.
Yeah.
And so he's sitting there by this, I don't know if it's a pond or lake or whatever it is, but he's just kind of sitting in a chair, there, and he's filming different things. And he didn't know, and this, I don't know, as big as, it's probably 1,200 pounds, I'm guessing, but this massive grizzly bear just comes up and sits down beside him.
It's like, what's up, man?
And he's looking at the grizzly bear, and the grizzly bear is looking at him, and I'm just like, man.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that one.
Yeah, dude, I'd be
that's-
peeing my pants.
No, that's one of those moments where you got to fight every urge in you to run.
Right?
I've
You
told
know
the
you
story.
can't outrun them.
I've told the story, but me and my dogs walked up on a full-grown grizzly sow about from here to the exit door of the studio in Montana.
About 15, 20 feet away.
Yeah, and that ain't no joke. That ain't.
Did it stand up?
Yeah, it stood up and turned around and went the
Okay.
opposite way.
So it didn't even try to be aggressive in any way.
I had 3 dogs with me, and I think maybe it just picked up on some of them. My dog noticed it before I did.
And you know what? Sometimes the dogs will. I mean, they don't like the dogs. I mean, they don't want to do that.
I was I was willing to sacrifice one of those dogs.
No, I saw a story where a bear was attacking someone's dog, and he fought the bear, and I'm like, I love you, Rousey. Good luck.
Right?
Yeah, I'm sorry about your luck. I've got to go.
No, when we're backpacking in Montana, that's one of the things I tell my wife all the time.
No,
we're
that's
taking
bait.
the dog.
That's
we're taking
bait.
the dog with us.
That's the bait.
That's the
That's the bait.
100%.
That's my decoy. I'm going to throw this nugget at it and run,
100%.
Yeah, I tell you what. So up at the Wind Rivers in Wyoming, when I was a kid, we go up there horseback riding, camping for a week.
Yeah.
And you'll be riding along, and you're on a horse, and eye level, you're seeing where the Grizz had marked their trees.
Yeah.
And this eye level, and you're going, no,
No.
never encountered anything.
No, I mean, they
got lucky.
they
Never
get-
encountered any up there.
They get I mean, I don't know how big the biggest grizzly bear ever is, but I know I've seen them like 9 feet.
Yeah, and the polar bear is bigger.
Oh, yeah. No, the polar bear is the most aggressive bear on the
Oh,
planet
yeah.
by far.
That's one of the biggest things I got put in perspective when I lived in Montana was the size of animals. You only ever see them on the TV, and when you see a bear or a wolf
Or
in
a-
person, you're like,
What is it? You
Jesus
said
Christ,
the bison? Is
Oh
that-
yeah, the bison.
They're like
Yeah.
massive.
Yeah, yeah.
I sat and watched you. You were telling me the other day that there were times in Montana where people would call and say, "Listen, it's going to be a while because you have several thousand animals doing a crossing, right?"
Yeah, well, I showed you that video.
Yeah, and I saw another one the other day just like that. This one was antelope that were crossing over the road, and or elk and antelope, one of them, but they were massive, and they were sitting there for a long time. I mean, it's thousands of them that go through. But you say those bisons are real big.
Oh yeah, they're huge. I mean, twice the size of like your regular beef cow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're so lean. They're so muscular. Like
Yeah, but they're not your friend.
No, not at all. That's
No.
something every year. I mean, we live just a quarter mile outside of Yellowstone Park up there, and it's something every year. That
You see
deal
the
with.
videos every year. There's an idiot who tries to get out and take a selfie with a bear. I've seen that.
Yeah.
See, I encourage more of that. I want natural selection.
See, I guess with
Promote it.
You,
Yeah.
you think more people know bears or not to get out, but they see a bison and for some reason just think of it like a docile cow. And,
Thank you guys for coming in, man.
yeah, hey, it was
Appreciate
good to
you
meet
guys.
you.
Have a good one,
Great
y'all.
to have
Thank you.
y'all in.
Yeah. But they'll think it's docile because you watch it and it's just grazing and kind of moseying along.
It's
and,
the
but
brontosaurus. It's
that
not
thing
going to
will
mess with them,
jack
right?
you up, dude.
Well, yeah, it's a wild animal. It doesn't know who you are. You're in its space, and it's like, I don't like you. You don't
Yep.
look like me, and I don't want you here.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt. Very quickly, let me mention this. At Botanical Alchemy Nutraceuticals, they're a veteran-owned company, and they tailor CBD sublingual recipes to your specific needs, whether it's pain relief, it's stress, it's anxiety, weight loss. They have custom blends. They're crafted with care to help you feel your best. Now, you just give them a call at 210-889-8416, or the easiest way to do it is go to bantx.com. That's bantx.com, and use the promo code PATP25 to get 25% off your order. The great thing about this, it's sublingual CBD, and it's as pure as it gets. It's professionally done, and so your body will absorb 80% of it through sublingual versus if you take a capsule, gummy, something like that, 20% is absorbed. So that's a huge difference in what you're getting from the product. And this is not some gas station crap that you don't know what's in it. So BANTX.com. Check those guys out. And I do want to mention, if you're looking to get a little brewski on today, head over to Stone's Throw. My buddy Theron over there has always got good things happening. First of all, if you want to eat, Slater's Alaskan Dumplings runs the show, and they've got 7-day-a-week menu there. But he's got 14 beers on tap, and man, they're good kinds of beers. He's got everything from a regular beer, that's literally what it's called, to I think he had a chocolate beer recently, all kinds of things. So check that out.
I've had that regular beer, and it tastes just like a regular beer, man.
No,
I mean,
it's good,
great.
though.
Yeah, it is. It's delicious. Yeah.
Was I wrong about the Vienna style beer?
What do you mean, were you wrong?
Remember, we talked about that. Then we did the Christmas party there.
Oh, yeah, it was good.
I told you.
No, it was very good,
So
actually.
Stone's Throw is one of my favorite little breweries around here. It really is.
Tell me why. Tell me why you like Stone's Throw.
Small operation. They're in it for the love of the beer.
Yes.
And you can taste that into their beer. So
Right.
if you have any acquired taste for beer, and a lot of people don't. A lot of people are on the mainstreams, like your Millers and your Mick Ultras and
Sure.
stuff like that. But if you like a good, flavorful beer, you can taste the love they put into it. You know, so every time, like, you know, I was happy as could be just sitting there enjoying that, you know, and I don't get out enough as it is, but when I do cross on the south side of the river, that's where I want to go.
Yeah, no, man, I agree with you. You know, Theron, a lot of people don't know, he was a commercial airline pilot, and he left that job.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's what his job. I mean, he did it for years, and you know, they don't make chump change.
Right?
You
No,
fly-
they don't. Yeah, that's
you
a
fly a
that's a-
747.
Yeah, that's a good.
You get paid pretty well. But he loved beer so damn much. He was like, I don't want to do this. I want to do beer. And he left his pilot job. I mean, now he started making beer at home first and grew it into that before he didn't just walk away and, you know, with an idea. He had been doing it. But, you know, you're right. I mean, he really crafts it. He oversees everything. You can walk in the facility and see the entire operation.
Oh, yeah.
Which is super dope to see.
Yeah, it is.
You know, they'll give you a tour of the whole thing, man, and it's cool.
And the best part is he's not in it for the money, which is always nice to make money on your hobby, but he's in it for the love, and that's what you can taste. And everyone, you know, and there's some beers I'm not a fan of. I'm not a big fan of the IPAs or anything.
Yeah.
But with Stone's Throw, you taste that love, and when you're there, you're sipping on it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was happy as can be at the Christmas party.
Yeah, I think I tried the regular beer, and I think at the Christmas party he had like Amadeus or
Yeah, the Amadeus. That's my favorite one.
And
That's
that
the
one
Vienna
was-
style lager. Oh,
That
so
was the
good.
one. Yeah, I think you turned.
Yep.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, and
Matthew,
it's all
Matthew
draft.
Sorry, yeah.
It's all draft beer too. I mean, and draft is way better.
Oh, definitely.
Well, and for me personally, and I did want to say, Matthew Dobbs says Stone's Throw has fantastic beer, so he was on Facebook. But for me, I'm number one. I'm not a big drinker. I don't, have a beer every night or something.
Right.
Like that.
I'm the same.
It's more of a, when I can get out, I'm kid
socially
free.
sometimes,
Yeah, and I
yeah.
can let loose. So normally I'm more of a liquor whiskey drinker. Jägermeister, Jack and
Yeah.
Coke,
I can't do
those are
Jaeger.
my
I can't do
favorites.
Jaeger
Jaeger.
bombs.
Oh, I can't do Jaeger.
Jaeger
And-
bombs.
I'm a whiskey.
Yeah.
So if I will around the fire pit when I have company over, I will have like a Jameson. I'll sit there with the Jameson, and just enjoy the fire.
Well, and that's
about it.
that's what I was kind of getting to. Is normally when I drink, that's my go-to. Is either a
mine's
good
beer.
liquor or whiskey. But trying at the Christmas party, Stone's Throw Brewery, man, that was one beer that I know I could just sit down and relax and be sipping on while watching a game or hanging out, whatever.
The Amadeus you're talking about. The great thing about that beer is that it finishes like water.
Yeah.
And that may sound funny to somebody, but I don't. What I hate the most about most beer is that the aftertaste.
Yeah,
It's that,
Yeah.
it's that after you enjoy it, then it's like And
It always seems to hit me close to the end of the bottle,
Right.
right at the bottom. I'm like, I don't even want it anymore.
And so with that one in particular, it finishes like water, so you don't have any of that taste.
Exactly.
And that's an
Yeah.
impressive thing.
You'll always
It
have
is.
it. You'll always have a happy glass.
Yeah, that's right. So you probably heard of a biohacking buff. His name's Brian Johnson. But Dr. Jonathan Kuo runs Extension Health. Listen to this. This is something new. Now, understand it's not for you guys because you're broke dicks. Okay? You understand that, right?
I think I watched a documentary on this dude on
Well,
Netflix.
this is a different thing.
Oh, this is a different guy.
But yeah, that guy I know who you're talking
He's
about.
crazy, man.
He is crazy.
That is just
Yeah, I think he's finally stopped some of that stuff. He had scientists around the clock. He literally had sensors on his dong.
Well, yeah, because he was trying to obtain
he wanted-
reverse himself back
Do
in
you
aging. Or
Yeah,
something.
well,
Do you not have any dong sensors?
I usually do, but I'm out right now. No, his statement was, because of your blood flow and everything going on, when you're 18, you get these spontaneous woods in the
Right.
night, and you should, you get 2 or 3 times. He was trying to get back up to that original thing, so he had it
Just go be
tested
single for 3
how many
years.
times he would get sprung when he was sleeping.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to have a scientist looking at. I don't even want my doctor looking at it, to be honest with you. It's like, I don't really need a scientist down there breaking it down for me, But this guy runs a new thing. It's called a longevity clinic. And they specialize in expensive age-defying therapies like, for example, a plasma exchange for $12,000 or 5,000 sex-enhancing treatment. So fans include biohackers, CEOs, athletes like Troy Aikman, even some royalty. But he said he started the pain clinic and shifted his focus from pain management to regenerative medicine. And so, despite being a doctor, I was overweight. I was pre-diabetic. I had brain fog. I couldn't focus. I was really sluggish. This was my life in my late 30s. And I was like, what's going on? So he traveled the world, consulted other doctors, tested technology, and devised a biohacking plan. So, this is what the rich people spend money on.
Right.
And if you watch, like, for example, sometimes I will, unfortunately, be roped into seeing an episode of the Kardashians. And, the things that they have.
Don't try to play it off, dude. Don't try to play it
damn
off.
mouth. The things that they have are crazy. He's going to roll out. Listen, he's rolling this out. It's $250,000 a year annual membership. All right. So what does that cover? The most advanced testing and therapeutics available. So 2 affordable tiers will start at $10,000 each. Okay.
About 10 grand.
He said, I got a price point for everyone. Yes. No, I've sure got 10 grand.
Do you have the $5 4 for 4 that I can get, please?
That's how I like it.
Yeah, right?
That's how I live.
Man, I gotta say, if I was rich, I feel like I'd be trying to do the same thing.
No, I wouldn't.
I think
Not if you were me.
No, if you were rich, you probably would be looking at things like this because, they always have these things before it rolls out to the mass. And some people get mad at that. Like, well, rich people, but that's how it starts. I mean, it starts out at a higher price where you can't afford it, and then it finally works its way down.
I tell you, I'm all for like affordable ways you can, advocate for longevity. I've talked about it before. The sauna and ice bath, reading a story on that yesterday.
Yeah.
Reduces all-cause mortality by 80% across all ages. A regular sauna and ice bath routine 3 to 4 times a week.
I had a
all-cause
neighbor.
mortality 80% across all ages.
Really?
It's one of the easiest things you can. I always tell people.
Oh, no, it's
one of
not
the
easy.
Easiest,
The
hardest thing
sauna
you can
is
do.
easy.
Yeah.
It's one of the.
The ice bath, not easy.
Have y'all ever done one of those?
No.
Ice bath thing? I had a
No,
neighbor
but-
that used to do it, and he swore by it. And, like, dude, just.
So when are you going to bring that up here and let me try it? Because this is my worst enemy.
Yeah.
That thing is my worst enemy. I hate the cold in every possible way.
See?
I can't think of anything I hate much more than the cold.
If you can stand it for 3 minutes. And
3 minutes, not 30 seconds. 3 minutes.
That's why I say it's the easiest, hardest thing you can do.
So tell me realistically, I mean, don't bullshit me. When you first get in this thing, how long does it take you to go to not be absolutely teeth clacking, losing your mind?
About a minute.
Do you go into straight panic mode? Does your body go into, does the back of your mind go, we got to get out of here?
Usually, like I'll do the ice bath or cold water exposure every day.
Yeah.
But on days like today, I didn't get to sauna before. Like, because
So you normally do them one after the other.
Yeah, I'll do an ice bath right after a sauna. That makes it a little easier.
A little
More
better because
easier
you kind
to
of
get
got
in that
sweat
cold
and
water.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like mornings like this morning, it sucked. It was just wake up, and I didn't do the ice bath. I got in a cold shower.
Okay.
I've heard that can be beneficial, too. But
Yeah, no,
I can't do it,
I
man.
can't do it either.
The benefits between being fully submerged in a cold bath and a 3-minute
Look.
cold shower
Are
are
they
right about
bad-
the same.
are they
They're right
really?
about the same? Yeah.
I hate throwing off and getting out of underneath the warm blanket in the morning when I wake
Right.
up. There's no way I'm going to jump into a 30-degree tub full of ice.
Well, so what is supposed to be the benefit of these ice baths? Why does it help? Because I think about myself. I think, man, I'm nervous. I'll have a heart attack because I'm gonna, it's going to shock me so hard.
And there's a huge list of things people claim that it helps with, and I don't doubt any of it.
But what does it help you particularly with in your mind?
Mostly, I guess it's like a endorphin release or a dopamine.
That's
release.
what they say,
Yeah.
that if you do it, you feel good like
and-
all day. Do
and
you
my
feel that
wife-
way?
Yeah, for sure. Like I felt great coming in here this morning. It's the
Well,
best
damn
thing
sure
you can
wake
do.
you up.
Yeah, it's the best thing you can do.
I mean, if you were
to
sleepy,
wake up.
you ain't going to be.
And it's great for recovery. My wife's got me in the gym, every week, and that's a huge thing.
Really, does she?
It's one of the biggest things when people will go to the gym and then fall out of it. They're like, I just it beat
Because
the hell out of me,
because
I didn't want to go the next day.
you're too fatigued, muscular.
And that's one of the biggest things extreme heat and extreme cold do is help you recover like on a molecular level.
So how did you even get I mean, how did it even happen the first time? Because I mean, you got to be like everybody else and go, "What you want me to do? What?"
So really, I started doing it probably like a year before it really started being talked about in like the mainstream.
Yeah.
And I started doing it in Montana, the place we live in Montana.
Wasn't it cold enough?
Yeah, you don't have to have an ice bath there, but
I mean, it's like, damn, man, are you glutton for punishment?
But no, I started using the sauna there in
Okay.
Montana. That's something that most everybody in our town up there has in their yard is a wood burning sauna.
Well, and a lot of people don't realize. I mean, a sauna, and not that it's permanent, but that's what like fighters used to cut weight.
Oh yeah,
Right.
For sure. It's
You
one
know?
of the biggest.
Now they'll
things
stay in
you
there
can-
way too long, but
Well, it's one of the biggest things you can do to drop weight. You've met my friend Tyree. He's been on my podcast.
yeah, I know it was Buddy Lysol.
So he dropped about 120 pounds in 6 months. Didn't lift a weight. But out there in Montana, we don't have a gym. I have some weight equipment up there.
What?
that I
But
use,
did he change his diet and
No,
use the
not
sauna?
at all. It was just the
water
difference
weight?
of living at an elevation of 7,000 feet and using that sauna about four
So
times a week.
why does the elevation have a difference?
Now that I don't know. I don't
But
know
there is
why
a
it does,
difference.
but after going up there 3 years, I'm sure you could find a scientific reason.
Yeah.
But you can definitely tell your appetite's a little different. The way you move, the way your body operates. There's zero humidity in the air, and that's something you go from living in Arkansas where it's
Right.
nothing but to zero. And I'm not sure
think it
scientifically
just-
or biologically what happens, but. There's definitely a difference.
Okay.
I slimmed down, and I never changed my diet. I slim down almost every time I go to Montana
Yeah.
for 6 months at a time.
Yeah.
I think it's
You're
just
doing a lot more, just even walking
Yeah.
to the mailbox and back in a higher elevation. And I smoked here. I went with, everyday cigarette smoker here to up there. And you could just feel like stuff that wasn't hard at all.
Right.
You're just walking. You can tell your
So,
body has to work harder.
How much? So you're even with the lack of humidity, your body's working harder because to pull in the oxygen from the
Yes.
elevation.
Right.
That's what I was going to say. I
That
think it
may
has to
be
do with
upping your
that.
heart rate.
Yeah, because I know
yeah.
when I've been training, in boxing with Cody, who was on the show,
Right.
like he's had me put on a mask that simulates
That's 'cause he
being at
didn't
a
wanna see
higher
you.
elevation, right? Being at a higher elevation because it does work your
Yeah.
body harder going through that.
Well, it
workout.
would. I can see that because you're gonna have to work harder to pull the oxygen in, so it's gonna.
And
pump
where we're
everything
at
up.
specifically down there, like the town is really only like 5 square acres, so it's kind of silly to drive anywhere.
Right.
You're walking everywhere you go, so that's another.
that does help a
factor.
lot, yeah.
But my buddy Tyree.
No, you don't see a lot of skinny fat Kenyans.
Yeah, right.
Because they walk everywhere. You know what I mean? I mean that's how it is.
But no, he attributes his weight loss to just sauning.
Just the sauna.
Just
because I
using
thought that
sauna.
just got out water weight, but it does more than that.
I couldn't speak on exactly what it's burning. I know, just that high heat, you're sweating so much. They say it's the equivalent of, working 8 hours a day, hard manual labor job,
Right.
or a 2 hour
And it's gotta be
heavy lifting workout.
Pushing out toxins too.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of
For sure.
toxins.
That's something I don't really drink, but I know staying up, late at night or having a rough night the night before and then hitting a sauna, ice bath the next day,
Yeah.
perfect hangover or just slum cure.
Another thing that may be. I'm just thinking about the sauna and how it could be beneficial in different ways, but. I could actually see, with the toxins and all of that.
So for me, the sauna part of it, it's kind of a meditative thing for me because you're sitting there about 15, 20 minutes. And it's actually more for me a bigger mental challenge than the ice bath. I can sit through that ice bath for 3 minutes. That goes by
How
pretty
long do you
quick.
stay in the sauna?
About 15, 20 minutes. But I'll tell you about minute 12, 13, you are dying to get out of there.
What is it that makes you feel that?
It's your heart rate mostly. Your heart rate's like 180. You're sitting in 200 degrees for 15 minutes and your heart rate gets way up. And it's just your primitive reaction. Get the hell out of here.
See, I don't mind the heat. Doesn't bother me nearly as much as the cold. I feel like I could do the sauna with my eyes, shut and hands tied.
I felt like that definitely probably the first year or so I did it, but definitely the sauna. 'Cause I probably started a sauna out about 150 degrees.
Yeah.
But they say the most benefit you get is about 50 minutes of sauna, 180 to 200 degrees, 4 sessions a week. The more I worked up a higher temperature, man, that just really, you're just fighting that primitive urge to,
Yeah.
because nobody's stopping you from getting out. It's just
Well, that's
you
what I
with
mean.
yourself
That's
in
what I'm
there.
saying. I mean, there's got to be some benefits to staying in because I'm
Yeah.
like, man, it seems like,
I follow a doctor, Andrew Huberman, too, and he talks. It's not the prefrontal cortex, but it's a part of your brain that grows, physically grows in diameter. The more you force yourself to do things that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
The more you force your things to do the more you force yourself to do hard things, the bigger that part of your brain grows. The easier it is for you to do hard things you don't want to do as you grow.
it kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
I love that mental challenge of it. The best thing I like this morning, that cold shower I took this morning, that's going to be physically the hardest thing I do all day. Like, you know what I mean? The rest of the day.
I guess in a manner of speaking, if you can beat that to start the day,
the rest of the day
pretty
is
much
easy. Yeah,
Right.
what could
And I'm
mess you
telling
up.
you feel like you could run through a brick wall.
No, I could see it. I mean, somebody could pop off and bitch, I set 3 minutes in 33-degree water. You think you got anything for me today?
Dude, I'll tell you, I do hate that it's, Rogan, of course, and his whole group of guys, they've really popularized, sauna and ice bath use, which as a result has kind of made it like a bipartisan thing.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And
yeah.
I hate that because it's
like it's a conservative
yes,
thing
and I
to
hate
do that.
because, like I said, it's the
That's
easiest,
so stupid.
It's the easiest, hardest thing you can do. There's a negative.
Why is that?
connotation. There's a
Just
negative
because he said
connotation.
it? I swear to God, man, it'd be like if
Yep.
Trump said brush your teeth 3 times a day.
Right.
They'd come out and go, "You don't tell me how much to brush my. You don't know my teeth."
Right.
Yep.
Like, stop it,
You,
man.
you
Come
see
on,
it on
dude.
both sides when one person.
Yeah,
says
no,
it.
Oh, yeah.
clearly
Well, but I
it's
just-
two-sided without a
Yeah,
doubt.
But I just hate because I advocate for it. Like I said, I think it's the easiest, hardest thing you can do to challenge yourself to be better, health wise, and it's pretty cost efficient as far as an ice bath goes. You can
Yeah.
get in your shower, turn it all the way
So
to
how
cold for 3 minutes.
how long does it take you to make this ice? I mean, because you have a thing you get in, right? How
Yeah.
long does it take to do that to get that ready?
Not very long, maybe because every time I use it, I refill the thing. A lot of people have a system where they can just reuse that.
So
same
you just
water.
dump new ice in then?
Yeah.
And how
Yeah.
much ice do you dump in when you do it?
Well, right now I'm not having to dump in any ice. I just want it to be below 45 degrees, above 32. So right now it's
So it is at least above freezing.
Yeah. So right now I haven't had to do that. I don't have to do that all winter.
Okay.
It's only into like April. I have to
So
start adding ice.
By ice bath, it doesn't actually have to be ice. It just has to
I
be a
just
certain
use that-
temperature.
Yeah, I just use that as a explanation for.
Makes sense, though.
The real term is cold water exposure because that's
Yeah.
what I do more than anything is cold showers, the ice bath. Like I said,
The
on
first-
days like today you don't have time.
I knew athletes did it. The first time I really saw it being more mainstream was Kevin Hart's Cold as Balls, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
called. And they would get in and do
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
And he always made a big deal of how difficult it seemed to be. But then again, he's Kevin Hart, so that's what he
No,
does.
I encourage anybody to disregard any like political views you have on it and just.
Well, I was looking up
Who
like
got a political
I
view?
feel like
Stop
it's the
it.
biggest hinderer. I feel like as
That's
soon
so
as I
silly.
mention to somebody that I do cold water therapy or ice baths in the morning, they're like, "Oh, you're one of those guys."
Really?
It's like, "Oh man, I'm just like, I'm just not doing it."
That's so
You're one of
funny.
those guys.
That's like, the other day I was watching.
I hear it a lot.
They were
I hear it a
talking
lot.
to Elon about the Doge thing, and he goes, "Listen, man, it's not just the left."
Yeah.
He said it's both sides. He said they're rampant fraud in here from both sides,
Right.
and it's all going to come out.
It's the same thing with Doge. I hate that that's become bipartisan.
Well, that's what I
Every
mean,
American
that
is
it's
against
partisan. Yeah,
fraudulent spending.
you would think so.
I mean,
you
come
would
on.
think.
Now
One
I
would
will
think.
say, out of their findings, I really don't care unless you're going to send me some money. Is it all in the name of getting us out of the trillions in debt? Is our debt number smaller?
Right.
Like, I'll take a severance check for the money that you're.
Well,
finding.
now I saw yesterday, because when they first floated the idea of this, tax rebate, $5,000 to everybody.
Sure, I'll take it.
Well, sure. Who wouldn't? But they said the first time I heard it, it was like, well, we're going to do this, and we have to be done with this by July of next year. So that's what Doge has till July.
I got you.
So they said, well, probably after that, if we hit our goal, maybe we'll issue.
July
So
of 25?
It was like yes.
Okay.
No, of
26.
yeah, 26.
Okay. Okay.
So, but it was like he was saying it might be 2 years. Then a couple days ago, or maybe just yesterday, Laura was showing me a video where they were talking about maybe very soon doing it. And I was like, wow, really?
Yeah, there's a bill, I believe, up there already for
Yeah,
it.
he's trying to put out. Yeah, and I'm certainly down with it, and I'm sure they hate it for some reason, but cutting taxes on what is it? Overtime, cutting taxes on
Tips.
on tips, and there was one other thing too. Social Security money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what could be wrong there?
Right.
There's nothing wrong. Yeah, exactly.
What could be wrong with that?
And truthfully, like, I'm an Elon fan, but I don't think he's doing any favors. I feel like you have this unpartisan issue of fraudulent spending that everybody could come together on, and I feel like Elon has been a little antagonistic or shit.
No, I think he's
when this could be a time like, oh man, we could all get along with this shit. You
right.
know what I mean,
I would love for it to be that way, but I do agree that look, I mean. Say what you want. Elon and Trump are both trolls. I mean, there's no doubt they live to troll.
Oh yeah.
And that pettiness I don't love at all. But I do like the results of not spending my tax money on bullshit.
I do think
that's where I'm
goes
at.
to. I think it goes to show too. It's like, whatever side you're on, their main goal is to keep us arguing. I mean, we can't even come together, left and right on fraudulent spending because it's not in the government's best interest for us to come together on
Right.
it. They want to keep us arguing. They want that divide. The people on the right want the people on the left to be mad at Elon.
Well, sure. Look,
that's how it all works well for them.
The WWE style
Exactly.
stuff that they've run for years has been effective for a long time.
Yep.
And look, Laura says all the time, she's like, listen, I'm rooting for our country. I'm rooting for his success because he's the president. But she always says, but I'm not going to lie, I'm skeptical because
Which is healthy.
That's how I feel about all of them.
because everybody's lied to us, and so her big fear is he just the representative they've sent out to run the role, to play the game, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Unfortunately, that's my fear too. I
think everybody.
I can't.
I mean,
think if he was gonna make fundamental differences that matter in poor people's lives, that they never let him get in the first place.
Well, I mean, and that's what I'm going to say. They certainly tried to not let him in. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, they've done a lot to try and stop him through this, the second election. And
I think from the moment that he ever started talking about it, they've been trying to stop him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, honestly, whether you like him or don't, you have to admit that.
I will say I like his approach more this election. I feel like 2016 it was just get up there and talk shit and get people fighting.
Yeah,
Get fired up, get them,
No, I will say that they learned enough to not to come in with a better plan, smoother. Not just taking shots all the time at everyone.
They learned how to play the game.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's the first 4 years
really
Trump
probably-
was not a politician. He was in there as a businessman.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not still a businessman, but now he's
Or
a
a
businessman.
politician.
Right. But now he's a businessman with that experience already underneath his belt.
Right.
He had 4 years, then he had, 4 years of Biden, and 4 years to sit there and go, okay, this is what I did wrong the last time. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's at least my opinion, so.
No, I hear you on that. Hey, we need to do this real quick. You know what, as a real estate agent, I've seen lots of homes get caught up in probate. That's when somebody dies and they don't have a will. And the next thing you know, siblings are arguing over houses, possessions, cars, things like that. That is a nightmare you don't want any part of. You're going to need some help. You need someone with experience. You need Riggin Law. Okay, RigginLaw.com. Kristen Riggin there and her team are amazing at guiding you through this process. Look, you want to get what's coming to you, but you don't want to have to fight with everybody to get it. Just get Kristen to do the work for you. Go to RigginLaw.com. When you have questions, you have concerns about an inheritance, about anything like that, RigginLaw.com is the solution. Check them out. Have you been injured? You need an attorney with a passion for people and an obsession with justice. That attorney is Tim Reed in Little Rock. Look, they won $1.3 million in wrongful death, almost $1 million in medical malpractice, and in insurance dispute. These guys know what they're doing, but more importantly, he's not a figurehead of some kind. He's not just some person on a poster with a picture of a rig or a smile or his dog with him. This is a real guy you can text with, you can talk to, and who will take good care of you. He'll work with you personally to get what you deserve. Check out reedfirm.com, reedfirm.com, or give them a call, 777-7333. Oh, yeah, we're back, baby. We're back. What's up?
I like it.
Yeah, so you said you looked up some benefits. And
Yeah, well, while y'all were talking, I was kind of like, all right, what are the benefits? And that's one thing I'm just always that way. What are the benefits and what are the dangers? So, benefits of ice bath: muscle recovery, stress reduction, improved sleep, enhanced circulation, increased metabolism, pain relief.
I bet it does. I bet it does help with, for example, like one thing that is common with people who are overweight,
right,
is they might get what's called lymphedema, and that's where the fluid that your lymph nodes should flow out, because that's what they're designed to do. They're a drainage system for your body, right? So those fluids they go out that lymphatic system, but
Gotcha.
When you get heavier, sometimes that stops happening, and that's why you see. Sometimes diabetic people will swell up and they'll have to get things to reduce the, get the moisture
fluid.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I would think that an ice bath might help stimulate that more.
Yeah, for sure.
To help with the lymph. I bet that's a huge help for them.
And speaking on simplified, like the health things, I read an article yesterday of this doctor who got a lot of attention on TikTok this last week, saying that essentially apples do the same thing as Ozempic, and he kind of broadened his statement by saying that the way your body breaks down the fibers, and not just apples, but in most fruits and vegetables,
Right.
the way it breaks down the fiber, that fiber keeps you fuller longer and delays your hunger, and that's essentially the
understand that.
the goal in Ozempic or any of the weight loss drugs that you're
Couldn't you
seeing.
just
I mean, it seems. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, couldn't you just throw some sawdust in your oatmeal?
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, oh yeah, big surprise.
Well-
Eating fruits and vegetables is good for you.
Right, and I was gonna say, I think like it seems like we're kind of returning back to, because I remember as a kid, like there was 1,000,001 home remedies for you to take care of something before you ever went to the doctor.
Yeah, you'd have
Well,
a book.
No,
And it seems like we're kind of slowly starting to return to that. Everybody's like, look, I don't want another pill shoved down my throat.
Well, I think what it is with the internet age is you're filtering out some of the woo-woo shit.
Right.
They'd be like, oh yeah, keep a rock in.
Yeah,
in the
put
bed,
onions in your socks and you'll
shit
never
like
have a
that
cold
gets
again.
weeded out.
I think more importantly, people have started figuring out that big pharma may have other things in mind, other
No.
and that maybe we've been seduced by some of it for a long time, and that there are better or other possible ways to mitigate things that don't involve more prescriptions.
You're telling me the 15 pills that I have to take a day just to function are just because they want money and not to help me
Well,
out?
I'm not going to say that. I don't know. I'm not your doctor.
Big surprise.
You might need 15 pills. I don't know.
Healthy people don't need medicine.
Right. Hey, let's talk about staying sharp and energized all day long without jitters or crash. I have really been loving these Nectar Energy Nootropic pouches. Trust me, they're really a game changer. If I'm grinding through prep for the show, if I'm recording late, I'm just powering through the day. Little pouches give me that brain boost really fast. They're packed with cognizin for focus. You don't need a prescription for that. And just the right kick of caffeine. They're sugar-free. They're portable. They're really effective. It's kind of like an espresso shot for your brain, but you just tuck it under your lip and go. I mean, it's really that simple. Here's the best part. You can try them with an exclusive deal just for my listeners. Head to NECTR, nectar.energy/Patrick and the People Show, or just put Patrick and the People Show in the promo code, and you'll get 10% off of that. Not only you get to fuel your day, but you support the show. So that's great. We appreciate that a great deal. Yes.
Real quick, I was just gonna say, because I know we're coming down to the end of it here, and I hope you don't mind. I know we've got plenty of people out there looking, but it can't ever hurt.
Yes.
I've been slamming my head against a wall. We're having to move vapors from the studio here.
Yeah, long story short, insurance reasons, we cannot continue to do family-oriented with kids shows here And the simple fact is, after many conversations, you can have waivers for the wrestlers and waivers for this and that, but if it's a working shop and you have kids in it and you haven't mitigated things like that and a kid gets injured,
Right.
that's it. It's over. You're going to be sued and you're going to lose your business, period.
Yeah.
So, after exhaustive efforts to try to cover that, it wasn't going to happen.
Right.
So what we need, or what Rich needs in order to make this happen, and Vapors, is we need a spot for them to do wrestling matches. So it could be an empty warehouse that maybe you know of or have. It could be maybe, hell, in the right circumstances, I wouldn't be opposed to a big barn somewhere.
No, I'd be down for it, man.
But it could be a boys and girls. It could be any kind of place where they could put this. But here are the key ingredients. You need enough room for about 200 people.
Yeah.
And it's got to be somewhere kids can be.
Right.
That's,
and we need space for a 16-foot ring. 16 by 16.
You got to have space for the ring and parking.
That's it.
And that's no small thing. But if you know somebody or you have something like that, maybe you're a business and you want to partner with Vapors and get some of the promotion out of it. That's a possibility too. Just reach out to me or Rich because we are. As a matter of fact, several people are on the lookout for us right now to help find him a new venue.
Is the plan for the May event still here, or looking to move?
No,
the May?
No, we're not.
trying
Yeah,
to move it.
we're needing a venue
Yeah.
for our May 3rd event.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we need it quickly because we've got a lot of big things
Well, a
going
lot
on
of
with that
planning.
event and a lot
Right,
of plans.
right. Coordinating.
Yeah, and there's so many things involved that you got to make sure you have the time for promotion and everything else
Right.
you need. And so if you know somebody, know of some place, know of something,
Please reach out.
reach out, shoot us a lead, whatever you can.
Even if it's a hey, you can do it one time in May thing and then you got to move on, like that at least buys us more time.
Yeah, no, that
But-
definitely would buy you more time. At least a one-time event would be helpful till you find a permanent home.
Right.
So
And I-
help us out if you can. I mean, if you got a space or something like that, man, please reach out.
And if y'all are looking for something fun to do this weekend, speaking of wrestling, or you just want to come, you may not know, exactly what an independent wrestling event looks like. Come on up to Leechville, man. TNR, they've got Luck of the Irish
Leechville.
2.
Where's that?
It's about a 2-hour drive away.
Okay.
But yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's TNR. That's the Rob father.
Oh, the Rob father. Yes,
Buddy.
yes. My friend. All right. There goes my phone. All right. So I think before we go, Matt, how do people find out more about Drunken Cryptids? Check out your award-winning podcast, or learn more about what you guys got going on with Bigfoot stuff.
All right, you guys, we do have a website, drunkencryptids.com. We're on Facebook. That's probably one of the easiest ways to get a hold of me is either email me, drunkencryptids@gmail.com, or through Facebook. We're on X. We're also on Instagram as well.
Right.
So, and then the podcast is on all streaming platforms out there. So from YouTube to Apple, Spotify.
Yeah, all of
it.
them. Yeah.
So, and we're changing the little format up on YouTube. We're doing little video intros now.
Okay.
So, which is a lot of fun. And then we've got some more collaborate. I have a live show coming up on April 5th here in North Little Rock with the Crypts of the Corn. So
You said Cryptids of the Corn?
Cryptids of the Corn. Yeah, they're a great group of guys. There's two guys that are out of Ohio.
Okay.
And they started their own Bigfoot conference. And this year I'm going to be a guest speaker up in 805.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Just to be able to do that, that's dope.
And real quick, I did just want to chime in on that. I don't know if you knew, but yesterday for Rcast, ARKAST, you can go on Facebook. And
Okay.
look it up, they opened up the nominations for podcast awards.
Oh,
for
let's share
Arkansas.
that
So
on our social media so that
I filled mine out yesterday.
our amazing fans can
So how
go.
how that works is once your show is nominated, then they go through and I actually be being interviewed by Ty Thursday.
Yeah.
The guy who runs all this.
Yeah, I talked to Ty the other day.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He is a good guy.
So, but once the nominees come in, then the voting starts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so definitely, and I'll be sharing y'all stuff and sharing my stuff as well because we're not competing for each other.
No, we're not at all.
But they have I filled out my nomination form yesterday when I saw about it, and they have it's a type in the name of the show kind of
It is
format.
Drunken Cryptids, DRUNKE.
Yeah.
I did vote for y'all. I put y'all on there for sure. Absolutely.
Right.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
You can find us everywhere. Also, real quick, you remember your buddy Nathan Kirby?
Of course, I know Nathan. Yeah.
Hey, so you know that film that I've been cast in?
Yes.
He's in it as well.
I know, man. I heard that, and he's so excited. I mean, look, Nathan's good people, and he's been working very, very, very hard to build this career up, and it's happening for him. He's getting a lot of great roles that are good roles, and like big roles. So yeah, and he's look, he's a badass. He's
so for his size, he's going to be a killer bull.
Yeah, that's what he was telling me that he was going to be, and I thought that was great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the filming for that's already started. So
nice.
yeah, and so my scenes are being filmed next weekend.
And and what are you, by the way?
I am a hazmat supervisor.
Okay.
So for the toxic spill that happens, I'm the asshole guy that shows up to try and covers it up, and I get contaminated, obviously, and I turn into a mutant. So I get a chance to transform into a mutant, and I help the animals kill people.
Oh, that's very exciting. Yeah, so you're not a good guy.
No, I'm not a good. Yeah, so this my first film, I'm not a good guy.
Yeah.
So and then the second film we're working the script right now is I'll be playing a special forces guy.
So on this where these he plays a bull, for example. Is it costuming? Is it CGI? What's
Costuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing costuming, makeup, all that stuff.
Nice.
Very little CGI.
Really? Okay. Interesting. That'll be fascinating to see.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a fun
It does sound
project
wild.
to be
It
a
sounds
fun.
fun. No, it does. It really does.
And I like the fact it's local and it's just to have fun.
Well, Arkansas for some time now has been growing as a film location. It's getting bigger and bigger. A lot of people come here and film. It's very reasonable. We've got a lot of tax breaks for people that film here, and so we're seeing more and more movies start to happen here.
Do those tax breaks ever been? Because in Michigan, we had a big, huge tax break for movies when they were getting filmed up there.
Yeah.
And, we as residents didn't benefit a bit from having movies filmed up there outside of just traffic and frustration.
It benefits the economy. I mean, that's what they would say.
Yeah. That's what they would say.
Yeah, it doesn't benefit my personal
I was going to
economy.
say, eggs are still expensive whether you film the movie here or not.
Well, on the film side, you'll get a kick out of this one. They recently wrapped up filming a major movie here in northern Arkansas last summer.
Yeah.
And the producer going through they were filming scenes just to add filler scenes for the intro at the beginning of the movie, how they have pan around for the view. They actually got howls.
They got
Sasquatch howls.
They got what now?
Yeah, they recorded Bigfoot.
Howls.
Howls. Yeah.
Oh, howls.
Yeah, so they actually,
I thought he was saying house or something.
I thought he was saying howls.
Yeah.
I'm still waking up.
No, you're good.
So,
That's fine.
but it's that congestion crap.
You should have taken it in an ice cold plunge.
I need to. I've been thinking about it since you brought it up.
Yeah,
But
no.
So there's. I'll get the name of the
Just
film.
knock on his door tomorrow at 5.
I'll be there. No, I won't. But when I get the name of the film, they were doing a red carpet soon. So the producer reached out to me. She wanted to know what my thoughts were on the sounds, and I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, we're going to keep it in the movie."
Okay.
That's kind of cool. But you can barely hear, and it's not a wolf
Yeah.
or a coyote up there. You can hear it. Sounds just like the Ohio sound.
Wow.
So
Hell yeah.
just a little more movie, trivia thing
No,
for
that's
Arkansas.
interesting. That's very interesting.
When's the release?
So this, I can't remember the dates. She told me because she was going to come on my show and talk about it. Their experiences up there. She actually lives in Russellville.
Okay.
But she's back and forth between Hollywood.
You're right.
Russellville all the time.
Yeah.
And so when she gets the movie dropped, she's gonna let me know so we can go on because she didn't want to record anything until the movie comes out.
I had that, we're seeing a lot more of it. Not long ago, I had a producer from Hollywood who reached out to me about they were looking for a home here to operate out of.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, to talk to him, but because when he didn't tell me who he was, I did a little Google and I went, oh, yeah. Okay, well, this is wild, and because he was looking at a pretty expensive home, and anytime somebody, if they ask me about a home that's over $750,000, I'm going to Google you.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to see who you are,
Right, see who I'm working with.
Well, what's amazing, and I don't think people ever, I don't think they consciously think about it most of the time. There are some really shitty people who do things, but most of the time people just don't think. But they'll call you or set up an appointment to go to a showing of a house, and they have no intention of buying. They don't have the credit to buy. They're getting ideas. They're thinking about buying. Now they don't realize that, hey, you're using my time that I make money with for this,
Right.
So they don't know. But it does, it does happen like that,
That's why I told you when I'm ready to pull the trigger, you're the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I appreciate that.
I'm not
when
going to
you're
waste
ready.
your. Yeah, I'm not going to waste your time going. Well, this is what I'm thinking about. What do you have? No, I'm not going to waste your time on that.
No, because it is frustrating as a realtor when you do. Now, I try to ask all the right questions first to avoid a lot of these pratfalls, but sometimes you'll still get sucked in and you'll be like, God damn it. How did that happen to me, man? I'd end up on this showing in Malvern, for someone who doesn't even, well, we're thinking about it. Yeah.
Great.
Think about it a little longer, then call me.
Exactly.
I don't mean that to be rude at all. I'm just so
I'm
busy
sure you
that
see
I
that
can't,
a lot, though.
I just can't run, on
Something you're
appointments that
thinking
aren't
about.
real.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for Dustyn when I put him on that run to go check out, electrical work at my place.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, well, I'm going to put it on hold. And
Oh, man, it was no
But
worries.
that happens. That happens. Yeah.
No worries at all.
I think Andy
I apologize to you
Jones
this
just.
morning. I was like, hey, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, no,
What now?
no worries.
I said I think Andy just found my announcer profile on Facebook because he tagged me. He said, "Will the real Rich Rockwell please stand up?" And it's mine.
Yay, there you go. Well,
Anyways.
as I was saying, I am a real estate agent, and if you're looking to buy a home or sell a home, I would love to help you. Help a lot of first-time buyers. My friend, let me mention Josh Taylor over at First Horizon, because Josh is amazing. And if you get a hold of Josh, he can help you out. Now, he's got some lending that nobody else has. He's got grants, all right? So if you're a first responder, firefighter, police, EMT, something like that, you can get up to a $9,000 one-time grant to go towards your closing cost or down payment or whatever that you would need in the transaction. If you buy a home in a minority census area, they've got grants for that. If you have income under $69,000 as a single person, then you can qualify for up to $9,000 grant that way for a first-time home buyer. So, there's some fantastic opportunities out there. Let me give you Josh's number because you can reach out to him, and I think you'll be real happy. He's been on the show a few times. He's very cool people, and you can get him at 712-17, or I'm sorry, I lied, 351-2579. It's 351-2579. That's Josh Taylor over at First Horizon. If you like free money and you're going to buy a house, then call Josh, because why would you not check on that? And First Horizon is the only one that has these grants. There's no other institution that's got them. This is exclusive to First Horizon. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
I think it's helpful for a lot of people because a lot of people don't understand the whole, first-time buyer, purchasing a home kind of thing. And, because there's really not a lot. It's not taught in school like taxes.
No,
It's not taught in school either.
It's unfortunate we don't educate our citizens on that. There's a reason,
Yeah.
for that, that they don't.
That's
Yeah.
on
It
purpose.
Yeah, because they want your money. But yeah, being educated and understanding how to buy is important. And unfortunately, there are realtors that don't do a good job educating the buyer.
Right.
And if you're a first-time buyer, you want someone who's going to, number one, be an advocate, but number two, tell you what all the possibilities are, the different ways to do things, because, you might do it and then find out later and go, oh, man, I could have had that grant.
Right.
Right.
Or you might say, I didn't know I could get these repairs done up front. Or I didn't know I could, instead of negotiating on the price, I could negotiate on a renovation.
Right.
Yep.
Because you can.
Right.
We sat there with a client the other day and did a walkthrough. They loved the home. The only problem was they didn't love the master bathroom wasn't modernized. It was still, the style that it was in the early 2000s.
Right.
And so the price wasn't an issue for them. They were fine with the price, but they didn't like it. And I said, well, listen, why don't we, ask them for a credit, to update the bathroom, and we'll make the offer at the list price and just, ask for a credit for X number of dollars, whatever, we think it would take to do what you want, and do it that way. And that's what we did.
Yep.
And it worked out.
Awesome.
She ended up getting a brand new shower out of the deal, and some other things, as a matter of fact. But look, I've got. Sometimes people might want appliances. There's all kinds of things you may need or want that you can negotiate on. Yeah, absolutely. You'd be amazed. But if you don't have an agent who's a hustler or who knows this or who studies the game or who looks at the puzzle different ways, then they might tell you, no, you can't do that because they don't want to do the work.
Yeah, they don't want to do the legwork.
But you know what? It's not that much work. If they just, look, I don't care what they do. I'll do it.
Yeah,
and I'll get you taken care of. So just reach out to me. You can do it on social media. You can do it, Patrick at legacyteam.net, or you can just call me 575-5485. It's 575-5485. I've got several folks in our audience that I am helping or have helped, and hope to help even more. I'm thankful every time that I get to do it. It's always awesome to. I think the coolest feeling I get is helping people when they buy a home. Knowing that they went through that gauntlet.
Right.
They've come through the other side. They've got their home. They're happy. They're excited. That is one of the greatest feelings in the world because that's going to last.
Well, and I know even like my mom, she's been talking about moving down here from Michigan, and I got her in touch with you. I said, look,
that's right.
You got a lot of questions. This is the guy to talk to.
That's right. I've been talking to your mom, texting her and whatnot. Texting your mom up all the time, Rich.
Yeah, set yourself up for that one.
Yeah, I did. I opened that door and just,
No, she opened the door, but never mind.
There we go.
That's wrong.
It's been fun, man. Thanks for hanging out on Tuesday. No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm actually really thankful, and his mom is so kind and sweet that I shouldn't even say that. I'm a terrible human being. All right, guys. Well, listen. Thank y'all so much. Please listen. Share this. We need some YouTube.
Yeah.
I think
go
we're
on YouTube.
like 75 from 1,000, and that's the number where we can get some YouTube money. So if you could go like us on YouTube, share our YouTube, or hell, share us anywhere on Facebook. Just share us, like us. Yeah. Please follow us. It helps out a great deal. And we'll be back tomorrow. All right.
See you guys.
Late.